town of East Hampton hates like all the tourists coming in there. All the people there hate them, and they're trying to like stop a lot of these clubs from opening up. There's a rule about like what makes a bar, and a restaurant. They enforce it on like the newer bars, but there's this one called Shagwan that's been a bar in Montauk since like day one. Like my parents would go to Shagwan in the 20th century, back in the 20th century when they would go out there, and they're a restaurant. And then they're like legally a restaurant, and then they clear the tables out around like 9 p.m. or whatever, and it turn into a bar and people hang out there. But they've just let them do it because it's like an institution. Yeah. And then like in like a few years ago, they decided to crack down on them there. And like one of the things they can get you with is like if you clear the table and there's dancing, you're a bar. So basically it became like Footloose in Montauk, where it's like if we find people dancing in your bar, we're gonna close you down.
The cops busted and one guy's like in the middle of a sick move, but he has to like stop in that position. And he's like, I just hang out like this.
This is how I chill.
This is how I chill.
Sue me.
Dude.
Yeah, he's like hello, officer.
What's the water sprinkler or whatever?
It feels like a Disney Channel.
He's doing like
he's down in a whip. Dude, I'm on the sidewalk yesterday. This was probably it's never ruined my Sunday so quickly. I'm on the sidewalk in Brentwood, walking back to my house, and this guy in a Mustang rolls up, and he's got his phone pointed at me like this, like already like filming, and he rolls up, and he just has this shit-eating grin on his face while he's filming me, and he just goes, "Hey, Rusty," and he's filming, and I just go, "What, dude? Like this guy's about to fucking annihilate me." He just goes, he's in a, keep in mind, red Mustang, all his boys.
Yeah, it's got rocks.
Pointing at me. "Hey, Rusty." And I go, "What, dude?" He just goes, "Rank these nuts," and then just fucking peels out.
That's awesome.
Dude, it took all the wind out of my sails.
Dude, that like
rank these nuts.
My instinct right there, like at first, is like the funniest thing he could say to you right now is just like, "Hey, Rusty, just like rank something." Like, yeah, funny is from the perspective of like how sad it would make you.
Yeah.
That's way better.
He kind of owned you,
dude. He got me, and all his boys were just like classic. And then
there were dudes in the back too.
Dude, he was the guy. It was a 2-door Mustang. So he was like, it was one of those cars where you pull the back seat forward and he like climbs in the back. It was him like leaning forward through the crack, pointing his phone at me.
That's so fucking funny, actually.
It was in front of Noel and Caroline as as
So
Noel
in front of his friends,
you were with
and
him?
in front of your friends.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And Caroline Timoney?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
She is just the sweetest.
Yeah.
Why do I know that last name? Caroline Timoney.
Funny online.
She's funny.
Are we gonna
how did that
intro our guest?
Oh yeah.
We haven't.
Billy's
there was no intro. So I was just waiting.
All right, Playdate episode 27, which is whose number, Will?
27.
Oh,
27
no.
Club.
Wait.
Yeah,
Where people kill themselves.
Yeah.
Chance. What number was Chance the Rapper?
Wait, 27. Hans Croft on the Cape Elizabeth lacrosse team when I was
Dude,
when I was a
encyclopedia.
When I was a freshman in high school, Hans Croft wore 27, I believe.
Dude, I feel like someone famous wore 27. This is gonna be a bad look. Alexander Madison. I don't know. I just made that up.
Is there something famous that there's 27 of?
Dwarves
Dresses.
No,
27 dresses.
That's what I.
Nice. Okay, so it's our 27 dresses episode. We have one of probably my favorite. I don't want to put too much pressure on it. My favorite guest so far.
Oh,
he's
he's
a blast to be around. Will and I were talking about how I think you embody kind of the Playdate vibe. Like you're a very like bubbly,
flamboyant.
So I think this is going to be a banger.
I'm stuck.
Have we said his
eternal
name yet?
play date with myself?
No.
We still haven't said your name.
Billy Langdon.
Billy Langdon.
The wait was worth
The
it.
episode started with you telling your story, but I think you started it kind of at a random point, so it's just gonna.
It's just like a new kind of episode.
That's just how Billy
Yeah.
was.
So we're
That's fine.
Midstream of consciousness.
MSR.
Bill, we do this thing here that I really like and a handful of our listeners like, but Will is not a fan of. It's called the Roadmap, where
I've come around.
Okay.
I just
like a table of contents.
I just like to tell the people what to expect.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Will and I have a new
and then we'll get past it.
Will and I have a new segment today that we're very excited about. But first we're gonna do your pitches, The three of us have one pitch each. Then we have a new segment called Teach Me Something.
Yeah.
We're going to teach each other something. Then we have, not particularly in this order, DJs that don't exist and tourist attractions that don't exist. I think it's going to be a blast.
Before we get into that, though, I got to tell you about my weekend.
Oh, yes.
I had
I have one thought about that. I was like fully expecting you to like give timestamps with those and be like, we are on a tight schedule. You got to get to this by this point.
You're in the middle of a killer joke.
Wait.
My like alarm goes
I
up.
slacked
Okay.
for my story.
Yeah.
I want to pull up. Like,
Okay.
Oh, right now?
Just to preface
Yeah.
this, Will texted me and was like, I got so much good stuff to tell you about my weekend. I'm like, dude, lay it on me. He's like, I got to save it for the pod. This is on like
This is what
Sundays.
I hate about like our existence sometimes is like I just want to tell him the things that happen.
Just get it off your
I have to save it for this one was all time. I mean, to be fair, this first one I documented pretty well. Were you on Instagram this weekend?
Yeah, I was on Instagram.
Did you see my
Will, do you want me to pull him up now?
Yeah.
I definitely saw something from you. I not like.
I had a
remembering.
pretty all-time sequence of stories. I was getting a lot of love.
Okay.
You were on
Still jog my
fire this
memory.
week.
I was-
It was one of those ones where I had to stop liking all of them because I was like, it's watering down what
Yeah.
this like means. But I wanted to like all.
I
of
was
them.
I was alone in Birmingham, Alabama, so I was firing off stories left and right. I realized I was like, why am I posting so many Instagram stories? It's like because I have no one to talk to.
You're just talking to the ether, hoping someone out there is listening.
Okay.
So yeah, I was in
Dude, sick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Isn't that
That's
awesome?
the picture I took in that's Birmingham.
I was like, I did not remember Earth.
Way more mountainous than I thought it would be.
No, all right. So all right. So I was
Pretty
flying,
tropical
flying to
down there.
Birmingham on Friday. I took the day off Friday. Left first thing in the morning. My connecting flight got fucked up, so I had to stay a night. The next flight to Birmingham was not till Saturday morning, so I had to stay a night in Atlanta. Had fun. Got up first thing Saturday morning. Went to the Hartsfield Jackson International
I
Airport
know her well.
to go to Birmingham.
Who's Hartfield's Jackson? Is he? He had to have been a
Hartsfield
racist
Jackson,
guy.
He. I don't know actually.
Hartsfield and Jackson are two different people.
Yeah, it's a hyphenated.
yeah.
They
That'd
both,
be a great
they
name,
both did. Hartsfield Jackson would be a great name.
Yeah.
Hartsfield. Oh, that is a great name.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah.
But if
Cut that.
that's
I
his,
saw a guy with a
if
sweater
that's
that
his
said
first
Howard
and last
Bison.
name.
I thought that was a good one.
Howard Bison's great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's going
Also,
on.
oh my god,
There's
I got
so many technical difficulties.
I guess I can't just dox all these people, but the list of guests at this wedding was a plethora of all time names.
Oh, cool.
Can I
Is there a
read
way
them?
we could do it and like blank and like bleep them? It's not very fun for the
we could
listener.
Shuffle the first and last name.
I'll just I don't know.
Yeah, mix them up, make them more fun.
There's no way anyone's listening to this podcast that was at that wedding.
Willie, can you guys see them from here?
No, I
Oh,
can't.
oh
the
my god,
camera's in the
yeah,
way.
that was.
I'm sorry. I don't know
crazy.
what's going on with the
Oh,
TV.
okay.
What am I looking?
I can see.
All right,
it.
all right, just stop.
Oh,
just
oh.
don't do it yet. Don't do
Okay,
it.
okay.
I can see.
All
it.
right, sorry. I had Abigail and Jack Poundstone,
Oh.
Rams and Justin Worthington,
There we go.
Robert Cornell, Trenton and Abby Fiscus, Turner Spotswood,
Yeah, these are awesome.
Sims O'Quinn,
Dude, was this on like?
Viv and Dawson Bullock.
This is that's the
This is-
richest string of
this is like-
names I've ever heard.
Was
in my
this a
life.
Four of
wedding in
those-
another dimension?
4 of those were in order, mind you. It's like I wasn't like picking the best.
One after the other, one on a tear.
Robert Cornell sounds like a diss that like other Ivy League people would say, being like, "Get a load of Robert Cornell over here."
Yeah, like the
fucking
embodiment of Ivy League,
Yeah.
basically.
He's
just a sweater.
Dodrick Gryffindor. He's the founder of Cornell. Anyway, so all right, this is. But I gotta get into the meat of the cake here. So,
Oh.
Yeah, that noise. Did you just hear
Yeah.
that?
We have a lot of gross noises on this podcast.
Like
Welcome to the
actual
fucking
noises.
show.
Just-
No, you were like, all right, can't wait to get in the store.
and I hear it, which is
Oh, great.
way too
Enjoy.
Yeah.
I'll make a couple for you.
Okay. Cool.
You should get
Okay.
a soundboard of them over time, and then you could play them.
someone put a cake through security. Okay, I go to the Atlanta airport Saturday morning. It's like 8 in the morning. I was at a concert the night before, so I'm a little bit just hood up, headphones in, dialed in, not really paying attention. But apparently the lady, literally one person in front of me in the line, I didn't even notice, put an entire massive
We'll put a picture of it right
cake.
here.
Yeah, picture of it there. Lauren pulled it up right there. Put a massive cake through the security belt, and I put my like luggage in right behind it, not even paying attention. I go through like the security machine, whatever. I'm waiting on the other side, and here's what happened, dude. The cake got like caught in the machine, like it like fell off the side, and like so it wasn't like a cake came out and it was funny. It was that other stuff started coming out covered in frosting, and I, as someone who hadn't seen a cake go in, can you imagine like what? Like you ever see something and you're like, I can't conceptualize what I'm looking at. Shoes, pillows, things are just coming out covered in cake from the like conveyor belt. Everything's coming out covered in frosting.
I genuinely don't know where to start.
I was like, I didn't know what was going on. And they were like, they stopped the machine. The lady. I mean, I guess this isn't surprising. Yeah, there's her like,
it's like half the
after
size
she
of
got
her.
It. Yeah, that lady is also a nut job. She starts climbing. She's like, "Oh, let me go. Oh, the cake's stuck in there. Let me go get it." And climbs up on the conveyor belt
Into the
like she's tried to, and her friend like grabbed her.
Yeah, that's like rule number 1 at the airport.
Yeah,
It's like don't
nobody
fuck with
saw
the
the
machine.
craziest. None of the TSA people saw it. But like she
one-
climbed up on the belt, and her friend like grabbed her off.
oh,
and I
they
was like,
didn't see that part. Okay,
and I'm there. I mean, it was.
Did it not have a top?
that's what I was. It didn't have a
I
top.
think it fell over in the thing, maybe and lost. But it, like she had like this cute little like heart shaped pillow that came out absolutely covered in frosting, and I was that was when I was like breaking point of like, what the fuck is going on? Is my stuff gonna come out covered in frosting? Why is there frosting in the machine? I think the frosting had gotten on the flap.
Oh, look at that!
It was-
who's
yeah, look at that.
who's eating that thing by the time it gets there?
the funny
It's an ice cream cake.
I don't know. What do you do with it on the plane?
Well, I was
where does that
thinking,
go?
like, you're in your head. In your head, you like you have to start imagining that for some reason frosting is like a key lubricant or something like in the machine. You're like, is there like a leak? Like what? Like why does this machine run on frosting?
What happened is it had gotten on like the flaps of the machine, so everything that came through was just like cake.
That's what I was going to ask. Because
Yeah.
it's open top and it goes through the flaps, so it hits it. The flaps like drag across the top of the cake, and then someone's going to eat that. Are you kidding me?
Wait, where could she possibly have been going?
I have.
Wait, I got.
Yeah, sorry.
Have
Let's
a
just let
theory
you
to continue.
I gotta just finish the story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. But yeah, so then the cake comes out and they like stop the cake. That's like that first picture of it like stuck on the conveyor belt. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" My stuff is in the machine, mind you, at this point. So they have to climb up and like take my stuff out and put it through a different machine. Then they take the cake over. Do you have the picture of it on like the desk, the table there?
Yeah.
They put it over like it was like a
like a bomb.
It
yeah, like
looks
to inspect it. Yeah, like what are they gonna? I honestly, I felt so bad. I was laughing and videoing the whole thing, and like I definitely was like an asshole, but it was too funny not to be. But I think I had to leave before they patted down the cake, but I don't know what they would have done. Also, look, mind you, look at this picture. She's not wearing shoes.
What?
Yeah, I noticed that.
She
as
was like
well.
evidently in a rush.
Oh,
She's holding her shoes in her hand with the cake.
wow.
I just don't understand what happens when you get on the airplane.
So here's my
Oh,
theory.
also my suitcase was covered in frosting. Did you show that too? Mm-hmm. It came out. They and no, like TSA.
I would
was
be
just-
so mad.
TSA was just like, "Here's your suitcase. It's covered in frosting," and I'm like,
That Instagram story makes a lot more sense because I guess like so when I saw the first one, I didn't understand what was happening, so I only got the one that was like, or maybe you texted Lauren and I like at TSA, my luggage is covered in frosting, and I just didn't get it. So I had the same thought process as you, being
Yeah.
like, "Where's this frosting?"
Willie being
coming from?"
crazy again.
it was just me being a riot.
So, like,
Where would she have even put the
you're not
cake?
supposed to bring. Here's what I think.
they let her through.
You're like not supposed to bring like smelly foods on the plane.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a thing. Like you go on the plane with like tuna fish or something.
Guy next to
people
me
are
had
like, "Fuck you."
Popeyes on the way home.
Yeah,
That's
I've had
like-
that
it's
before.
Kind of sick, actually.
No, I've
It's
had that.
sorta sick,
You had
but-
the same reaction when I told you that someone did that to my plate. You're like, "That's awesome." I was like, it wasn't awesome.
After a while, it's like I can't do this anymore because the
Yeah.
whole plane just smells like your Popeyes.
Yeah, but what's the cake?
I think she used to bring kind of smelly foods, and they're like, people were just like, you shouldn't do that. She's like, oh, I'll bring a good smelling food on there. And she brings the whole, surely she's not checking it or putting it anywhere. She's putting it in her body. She's
Yeah.
eating the whole cake on the
But
plane.
what do you, that's my like. So that box, which is now covered in cake on the outside too.
Yeah.
and like a half.
You have to throw it out.
She didn't throw it out. She
You
had
should've-
them pat it down so she could take it.
Pat it down.
Pat
You're
it
just like
down.
They literally,
slapping
they
the
were like, I think they were swabbing it too for like. drugs. It was a drug cake. It was a textbook drug cake.
Textbook, dude. That thing is full of drugs.
I just don't.
That's
It'd be
actually
funny if she was just like the worst terrorist of all time. Like there was like a gun in there, and she was like, "This'll fly under the radar."
I just like can't. It was so big. Like she's just had it on her lap the whole flight.
No, I think that's what they don't let you. Like if you have something like that, you either have to put it under your seat or above.
and
you probably put it
that
under
under
the
the
seat.
though.
Maybe she put it above.
You can't.
If someone tried to put that,
If
if someone tried to put that next to my luggage, I would be like, "Get that fucking cake out of my fucking face."
Also, what about that you know, like on some of the more new conveyor belts at TSA, where it like gets to that little point,
Yeah.
and then it'll either
Pulls
keep
it on.
going forward or going left. Like she's watching it, and it goes like it just rolls into the into the back area, and she's like, God. like fully, just like you gotta be.
That's like actually what happened.
Yeah,
Like they did. They set it down the left way.
I just like I would hope she'd be like, yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
But
I can't believe they let her put it through in the first place.
I am astounded that the person at the front was like, you need to eat that or throw it out.
Yeah.
It was also no accountability for the fact that everyone else's shit was covered in cake. Like there was
Yeah.
it was just like, ah.
But she's clearly not a rational person.
No, but I'm saying like
No.
even like TSA, like you have
Yeah.
some obligation to not put a fucking huge cake in right before my suitcase.
Yeah.
Oh, like why trout? Like why not get the cake at your destination?
Why are you?
Yeah.
It was 8 a.m. on a Saturday. Like where was she?
Just a big birthday
Like was she
party.
like going to a wedding?
She's well, she's the wedding cake.
She's
maker.
bringing the wedding cake to your face.
She lied that she was somewhere else.
I
It was
think
insane.
I kind of wish you asked her, be like, hey,
She was a crazy.
I don't mean, yeah, I
That's
guess
not
like
She was like not someone I wanted to.
That's not gonna be someone that would give you like a rational answer. She'd
right.
be like, "It's
Yeah.
Uncle Timmy's birthday."
and you'd be like, oh, okay.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
act like that was the information you were looking for.
She was like the type of person who'd say it's Uncle Timmy's birthday.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess I said she was gonna say something crazy, and then I said
Just
the
like
most
a normal.
thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of. I was kind of distracted.
That was my cake story, but I also have one more story
Please.
that I want to tell, which I want to get to it because I know we got a lot of segments this episode. But I get it. What did fuck? I texted this to you. Then
Oh.
the exact
It's
wording.
my phone.
No, I texted and played it. There's no picture. I just
Oh.
can't remember exactly the phrasing of this.
Wait, are we not doing Am I the Asshole today?
We can. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll just do it. And then we also you can edit this into the roadmap. Try this one on for size. We're also doing two
Both
Am I the
submissions.
Assholes? Both from you. Both submission Am I the Assholes?
Amazing. We got a big day.
I can't wait.
We have 3-hour podcast.
Yeah, perfect. We only
I
have
have
350
nothing to
minutes.
do.
Of the
You actually not, or you
I have
busy?
nowhere to be.
Awesome.
I looked at my schedule earlier. I was like, am I free in an hour? And it was just nothing.
I told Skylar I would be late for our meeting, so we're
Cool.
good.
Yeah, I told.
Guy doesn't have meetings.
I told. Yeah, and I told those. Yeah. Yep. I should be good.
I told nobody on planet Earth I'm here. So if you guys
Yeah.
killed me, I don't think anyone would know.
All right, so after the whole cake incident, I fly to Birmingham, Alabama. I was supposed to be at like wedding stuff Friday and Saturday morning that I all had to miss because of my flight thing. So my first event is the actual like ceremony. I haven't seen my buddy who's getting married in like 5 years or whatever, so it's kind of funny. Like, and I don't know anyone at the wedding except the groom. So I show up to the church and I just like go and sit in the back. Church, I kind of assumed the place would all fill up, so I was like, I'll sit in the back, like, you know, family and stuff should be up close. It didn't fill up all the way, so I was just further back than everyone.
How many
like,
rows?
Like there was people 2 rows in front of me, and then there was an empty row, and then just me. And when I saw him when he got up to the altar, look over and just like laugh at like the fact that I was sitting on a fucking island.
Why didn't you like move chill in the middle of the row?
Because I thought I didn't.
Your
I don't know.
watch.
It started like right on time. I was like, oh, people are gonna fill in. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Ceremony happens. I don't talk to anyone. I don't say anything. I leave. I'm standing outside the church, like tons of people around. Everyone's like, "Oh, Danny, like Timmy," and I'm just alone. Like I'm like the only alone guy there. Like I was very clearly the only guy that didn't know anyone there. So I'm just kind of standing there. I'm like, God, fuck, this is weird. And so I called an Uber to the reception. I'm just sitting there waiting for the Uber. Everyone in the whole wedding is there, and my Uber pulls up in a bright blue car that has the largest decal I've ever seen on the front windshield. And it says,
He sold the windshield.
Bratty Puppy. like
Oh.
in like a kind of like a goth font, like
Yeah.
Bratty Puppy, and the driver has like purple gloves on, and it was just
It sounds like you're making this up, but I know it can't be.
totally real. And the car was like kind of like tricked out in like all this like weird like goth stuff. And
Well, it's doing the like bouncing thing on the way in.
yeah, I also can't emphasize enough how big the like I don't know, you could barely like see out the front windshield.
I was gonna
It
say,
said
was it the whole windshield?
Bratty Puppy. It was all the way across the windshield. It was probably
Oh, it was.
this like tall by like this.
Oh, and like on the top.
Yes, on the
sliver of
top,
it?
like right. Yeah, it
That's
was
nuts.
And I was like,
That's
he
insane.
drove up on the other side of the street. This is mind you, this is like a very like Southern like Christian wedding. Like these, everyone there is. The Bratty Puppy guy stood out, and
You stand out anywhere.
and then they drove. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
It was just like such a like funny like dichotomy.
Right.
Of is that all right? You said
Yeah,
the word?
dichotomy,
That is.
yeah.
Bang.
Sure was.
So anyway, I'm standing outside there. I'm trying to be like, oh god, I feel weird. I'm like the only guy by himself. Driver pulls up across the street. I'm like, okay, perfect. Like I could see the car. I was like, okay, I just gotta get across the street. And then I see them just turn around and pull right in front, like park right in front of everyone. Everyone turns and everyone is like, what the fuck is that car? And I have to walk in, the guy that no one's talked to,
Yeah.
and just get in the
I think
back
it's
of it.
honestly a great move though, because now they're like, someone is gonna come up to you at the wedding, being like, "What was that all?"
Well, that's so that I'm like, oh my god, that was like so embarrassing. Whatever. Get to the reception. Our car is directly behind the bus that has the wedding party on it. So the whole wedding party gets off right as I get out of the Bratty Puppy car. So it was like the only people that weren't there when I got in it was the wedding party because they'd already like left early.
Yeah.
And so then they all saw me too. So
That guy-
literally everyone saw me get in and out of the Bratty Puppy mobile.
You should have played it off like it was your buddy. Like, it was my buddy who's in town and he was giving me a ride.
It was terrible. It was
I
awful.
wish he rolled down the window and like was like, "Will."
Just laying on the horn.
My guy.
Will, I'm here.
How you been?
That's hysterical.
Yep.
Putting stickers on your car, I think, to a very, very minimal. I'm not about it. If you're a parent and you have like your kid's college on there, like
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But man, the people who load their cars up with like personal information, why do I know anything about you besides the
Yeah.
car you drive? I'm behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in front of you, I guess.
You know what's
Surely
funny
shouldn't
is
know anything from the
If
front.
Bratty Puppy was in like it was backwards in reverse, like ambulances, so it was for the people in the front
Reading
of you
in
to
your rear
see.
view.
Yeah.
That'd be great because like you just read it and be like, that's weird. And it would probably be later that day that you explained it to somebody. Be like, if you read it through your mirror, that means it was backwards.
It's like the usual suspect.
We should start a whole brand of stickers for windshields that's
Yeah.
just meant to be read.
I mean, this one would have been
rearview
illegible
mirror.
in a rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had
Anyway,
it.
so I got really embarrassed.
I saw a guy once driving, and he had, you know how usually you put it's the classic like college sticker that's a line, so it would be like Boston College, like spelled out, and a lot of people have it on their windshield, like when they get into college. It's like I feel like it was only a thing when you were either in college or like a high school senior.
yeah.
And I saw a guy driving a car, and he had it on his windshield. Like he had like Boston College like on the windshield.
Why do you
which I
want to
thought was-
cover any of your windshield?
Like the front.
up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it was a Jeep, so like he didn't really like have a place to put it, but it just felt like you could have gotten a smaller like
Do you not have like a back windshield? in
if
a
the
Jeep?
top's off.
Oh,
You know what I mean? He like wanted like no matter the weather, he wanted people to know where he was an alumnus of.
Yeah. Especially in the
Alumnus.
sunlight,
Yeah.
honestly.
All right, should we hear some fan friend of the pod pitches?
Yeah, I would really enjoy that.
Me too.
That would make me pretty happy to hear.
How many do
Okay.
you guys want to do? 2?
We can do 2.
Let's do 2.
Yeah, let's stick to 2. Okay.
Fops.
So Billy, if you're not familiar, have you been on already?
No.
Okay. If Lauren basically reads business pitches from the Playmates, and we kind of give our feedback and whether we would invest or not.
Right. And I have to invest if I, yes?
Yeah,
Yeah. No, like we literally we'll put you guys in touch, and like you have to give them 10 grand. Right.
Well,
15.
I found it weird. Now it makes sense. I gave Lauren my routing and account number
Yep.
for my Chase.
Yeah.
We'll wire it.
And
right
I was
over.
wondering what that was for. Okay.
Yeah,
So you
it's just like 15 grand per.
just pull the money. You just yank the money out of there.
we have your money.
Yeah. Okay. The first one is from Anthony McDonald. He says,
Hey, Mac.
Wait.
Wait, time out. There was a like the coolest guy in high school when I was in like elementary school was a guy named, his nickname was AMAC.
It's a sick name.
Yeah.
almost A train.
My best friend in high school was named T-Mac.
We moved into their house.
Equally sick. Yeah.
We moved into the McFarlane's house, and I got Alex's old room. And I was pooping once, and I looked on the wall, and he had carved AMAC like dash 07 or something. So I carved like my initials.
You carved them into his house?
No, we moved into their house.
Oh,
so it was like I was in his old room. I saw it. I carved my initials, and now I'm hoping the kid that lives there now will do it.
Got the message.
Or the parents saw it and were just like, why is everyone graffitiing this bathroom?
Most likely.
One time my friend T-Mac got hit by an ambulance.
Awesome. Do we want to unpack that, or are we just going to move on? Wait, are you serious?
He was driving over.
How fast was that thing going?
Oh, I thought you meant he was walking. And
No,
That's what I went to.
Painted all over the sidewalk.
When I was,
No, but he was driving home from school and he got turned
T-boned?
into, or no, it was like he was driving here and the ambulance was driving here and the ambulance tried to turn left from the right lane and just slat. Like he was just driving straight and the ambulance just like boom right into him.
Oh my
and it was
God.
totally the ambulance's fault.
but like, is there any, like it's their fault, but is there any repercussions for the ambulance?
I
Or it's
think-
like
no, they're
above the
diplomatic
law. They're
immunity?
above the law.
Diplomatic immunity.
When I was in 8th grade, I got hit by I was on my bike and I got hit by like a pickup truck. It was turning, and it was a Monday. I was supposed to be in school and I wasn't. And
Were you skipping?
my parents let me. They were like, "We're not going back.
Yeah.
Like you're good. We'll hang out in Long Island for one more day." And my teacher announced it to the class. He was like, they hadn't heard, by the way, but he was like, as you all know, I'm sure you've heard, Billy was hit by a truck over the weekend. And everybody in the class when I got back told me they all pictured immediately like I was hit by an 18-wheeler and I'm dead. And he had to clarify.
Were you okay?
I was all right. I had to get I was okay. I cracked my head open a bit and I broke my collarbone. I got up out of pure shock at first. I hit the ground. I got up. I was like, I'm okay. And the guy was like, what? And I was like, hold on. And then it all hit me and then I collapsed.
Dude.
And I had to airlift me.
Showing back up to school and your head's wrapped and you're just sling. They're like, wow, Billy's kind of made of nails. He got hit by an 18-wheeler and he's like, he seems to only have minor injuries.
This teacher's just fucking truant. That's what you deserve.
Yeah. He was
all right.
so pissed. Okay. AMAC.
AMAC, sorry to hijack your
You're
spot.
fucking edging AMAC. They're on his business idea.
Yeah, he heard that and he was probably like, oh, sick. They're reading mine. We just go on a tangent about getting
We
hit by
forget and we move on.
Well, also that's not new. You guys.
No, we do that every day.
Yeah, there's a comment about that one.
we'll never get through this.
I was like,
We
the
met-
messy squirrel happened right after we said we were
Yeah.
going to read their pitch. And they're like, Jesus Christ.
All right. A Mac, he says, huge pitch, big deal. Where are they now? Have you ever wondered what the weird guy from school has been doing with his life?
Yep.
Have you ever wondered what an ex is up to these days, but you don't keep in touch?
No.
Well, wonder no more with Where Are They Now? With this simple service, just supply the name of the person and an estimation of the last time you were in contact with them. Where Are They Now will create a 2-minute recap of what's been happening in their life since that point, including details not available via social media. The recap includes music, photos, and videos, all sourced ethically, of course. To prevent the possibility of this being used for nefarious purposes, there are limits on how often you can use it on people and who you can use it on. Catch up without the effort with Where Are They Now?
Didn't we have a really similar one to
Oh,
this?
really?
Yeah, it was a directory of everyone.
Yeah.
A directory of everyone
It was
ever?
everyone.com, I think.
Yeah, it was
That
everyone.com.
I like that.
What's really funny about that is AMAC was writing this and then he was like, wait a minute. He was like, people could use this for stalking. So he's like, you can't check every day.
It's a stream of
You can
consciousness.
only stalk every once in a while.
Throughout the pitch, he's figuring things out and informing.
Who would you guys look up?
Oh, man.
I would look up. There's a kid from my middle school. I'd look. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I've heard absolute just radio silence.
Is it one of those kids where you're assuming it's probably bad stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he was something else. He would I'm not going to say any names, but there was a point where he was he got into working out in 7th, 8th grade. He wasn't lifting weights. He was doing calisthenics, but it was the inspiration behind them was freaking me out. He would do planks. He would do planks for so long, and I'm just way too long. This is scaring me.
Yeah.
What you're going for.
There was a kid I went to high school with, and not going to name names, but very, very strange cat. And I think I told this already, but we were in gym class one time, and he was like wheeling around. Like I can't remember what game we were like capture the flag or something. Wheeling around the gym.
What do you mean, like running fast?
Yeah, like just like going so much harder and faster than everyone. And he was wearing Merrills, you know, like the
dude, those were the
and
move.
Sick.
he blew a tire and it flew like way off. Went down so hard, like I think like hit the ground and like fell into like the padding behind the hoop, like went down hard.
Yeah.
Everyone stopped and he just got up and went, "No injury sustained," and then just went back to it and just started fucking going crazy.
That guy was awesome.
He would change accents, like we'd be in class and he was kind of this pseudo intellectual, and he would some days come in with a British accent, some days come in with an Australian accent. It was just like a thing that happened that we weren't allowed to talk about. So like you'd be in a Socratic seminar and Caedmon is that's his name. Caedmon would just come out with a British accent and you would like look at the teacher being like, "Come on."
Were they good?
This can't be allowed.
No, they were like
were not
he'd kind of go in and out of them, and we just couldn't address it.
And that's who you check up on?
Yeah, dude, he
wanna know?
or this kid. There was this kid named Seabass that I might look into. But.
I can think of a kid. There's a kid who used to like bully me in middle school.
Yeah.
And then in high school, I found out he got like pulled over for a DUI and just took off into the forest
There we go.
and was missing.
And they've never heard.
No, they found they caught him. Like I think he turned himself.
I was like, I think I got bad news for you, bud.
He was
I know
out
where
there
he is.
I just
for
kinda
6 hours, and then he was just like, "This fucking blows. I'm just gonna turn myself in."
Yeah,
The
he like
woods
imagine sobering up in the woods and being like, "Oh
Yeah.
man."
Well, dude, I was thinking about the woods recently, and just like, I've never been deep enough anywhere where like I look in every direction. I'm like, I don't know how to get out of here.
That would be so
Gotta
scary.
be horrific. You just keep walking. It's more woods.
Yeah,
Dude, I was reading about some lady went missing in the woods. The woods is just crazy.
Good reads.
Some lady in Hawaii like turned up after like 3 weeks missing in the woods,
Yeah.
and they were like, if she had just picked one direction and walked,
Yeah.
it's an island, so it's like within a day, she would have hit the beach or like
Yeah.
civilization or something. But like apparently it's like really like hard to even figure out what direction you're going in
Yeah.
the
You're
woods.
like veering
So, like,
some way or another.
Yeah, the only way she could have like been in the woods for 3 weeks is if she just was walking in like fucking circles.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Me and Phil and his dad were hiking a mountain once, and we were joking about. You guys ever heard about like Lost on a Mountain in Maine or like those? There's just a lot of stories of people like on these mountains and they get lost.
Yeah.
and we were talking about it, and we were like, well, like in theory, you could just go down, or like you know what I mean,
Down the mountain.
We were all talking shit, being like, how does anyone get lost? All these trees are marked. Like, just stay on the trail, you idiot. And then we hit like kind of a dead end, and we were all like, oh, we don't know where we are. Like we lost the trail, and there was like a 15-minute period where we were like kind of regretting talking shit about
Yeah.
people that had gotten lost. We're like, I get it now.
This
I get
is
it.
It comes back around to get you when you make those statements. You can't declare anything with any kind of certainty.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? I just watched that new movie, Society of the Snow.
No, I keep meaning to watch it though.
It's about the Uruguayan rugby team and the plane crashed in the Andes Mountains.
Wait, didn't they eat each other?
Yeah, and they survived for like 72 days.
Yeah.
in the snow.
And they had to
oh my
eat. Well, like a
God.
bunch of people died in the crash. So like after like a week, they had
already
no
cooked,
food and they were
yeah.
all starving. And they were just like, "Fuck it." So they started eating.
I don't want anything. Actually, I was
Oh
gonna ask
my
a question,
God.
but I don't want anything ruined because
Yeah.
like they eat the people who are already dead, but then I assume like they might get to a point where they
Yeah.
have to eat. You don't have to say anything.
Do you don't want me to say?
Don't
anything?
say it, but I assume they'd have to eat.
I was watching
to kill
River
people.
Monsters this weekend, and there's this fish that like he's not sure exists, but like they're
I like that.
They're
like that a lot.
dude, it's so funny.
you got a
when
hunch.
Dude, when he does it, that's exactly what it was. So he's operating on.
It's like sketches of it.
He's in like no, dude. He literally had like drawn like what he thinks it looked like, and like it is hilarious. He's operating on a hunch, but he's in Africa, and the story is that like it loves like biting people, like
It loves it.
and so
Doesn't
he's
get anything.
dude,
out of
so
it.
he's fishing with like normal bait, and then he has the epiphany like, oh, it likes the taste of people, and you're like, where is this gonna go? And so he's talking to the locals, and some of the locals there were cannibals at one point, and they called human long pork. Like it translates to long pork because they realized it tastes exactly like pork. And so he was like, he was like, I can't use human. So he like used pork as the bait because he had come to the conclusion that tasted and smelled the most like human.
This guy sounds insane.
You've never
That
watched
is-
River Monsters?
No, never.
Trying to quit.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
We taste like pork.
yeah.
That's a very good flavor.
I didn't make it to the end of the episode, so I don't know if he caught it, but it was hilarious because all the locals are like, no, the fish doesn't exist, and he's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've got
Another non-believer. You think every time you think someone's gonna like finally get through to him, and then he just goes deeper down the rabbit hole every time.
All right.
Should I do my next one?
Yeah, let's do it. Sorry for that second
No,
tangent.
I think
No.
we're red hot today.
This whole podcast is just tangents, but I think the people like that, so it's fine.
All right.
They like it. Okay, next one is from Cameron Kilby. Hey,
Kill.
Lauren and friends. I have a submission that I wanted to run by you guys. I've loved every idea so far that implements a small little guy in your pocket,
Me too.
How could you not?
We have a lot of those.
in your ear,
We're a
etc.
podcast. We're gonna have a ton of those.
And I also like the idea of this stranded on an island simulation, so I wanted to try and combine these. Introducing the mini hike, a simulation experience where you are shrunken down to miniature size and then taken on a guided hike through a patch of grass, a sandbox, on top of a snowball, and many more terrains. To run the simulation, you would only need a medium to small sized room with the shrinking machine. Don't know how it works on high level, and a team of guides help hikers on their journey. I'm thinking of experiencing things like swimming in a drop of water, seeing insects like they're regular sized animals at the zoo, eating food that seems giant. Let me know what you guys think. Love the pod. One of the
So
best
good.
parts of my week.
What's he?
Yeah, that blew Billy's
The-
fucking mind.
The wanting to see insects human size. That's fucking
Sounds awesome.
crazy. No.
You know what would be cool is
I wouldn't want to. Do you think I want to stare down the barrel of an ant? That's
Absolutely
like,
not.
imagine
No.
seeing
Scorpion?
a centipede.
Oh,
I'd kill myself.
Crillipede.
Here's what
other stuff though, big food.
Here's what I think would be so cool about that is like when you're normal size, I would get like clay or something and I would build like a cool place that I would build the mountain myself and make cool features and then shrink myself down.
Yeah, no, that's what I figured. Like
Yeah.
you almost would need like a company to come in or whoever's doing that to come in and build
Yeah.
like sick maps.
Oh, like you build stuff with like Legos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine building like the giant Hogwarts Lego
Whoa.
thing and then exploring it.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess it's solid.
But
on
you
the
could
inside,
like
too.
make some of the craziest shit ever because like the practicality of building something like that full scale, it's not there.
Yeah.
But like if you have a room and you could build some insane stuff.
Yeah.
Swimming in a drop of water. Actually, I was hearing about like the surface tension of like water and insects and like certain I can't remember which ones. Certain ones
Yeah.
like could just get trapped in a drop of water and drown.
Oh.
Like the surface tension is so firm that like
Yeah, that
if like
makes
an ant or something like that gets stuck in there, like
Yeah.
it cannot get out.
You
So
ever-
that might
you ever seen
happen
people
with the
draw
water.
a line around an ant.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
the
Sharpie and
what
it-
is it that they can't like?
I think it's
wrap
like
their head
I think
around?
it's like
Lines.
they're
They're allergic to lines.
I think their antennas like pick up on like the toxic part of it and are like, oh, don't go there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they could walk across it. It's just like mental jujitsu.
It's all mental
Yeah.
basically. They had a good moment like that in the beginning of Bug's Life.
Yeah.
Where like their like procession gets broken and a guy has a panic attack.
Yes.
They have like
it's like the opening scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was just watching.
and they
that.
come in, it's like it's fine. You just go right around it.
Yeah, and the
Oh.
one guy's like, and he's like, oh,
Because they're like, there they are. Okay, it was great.
A Bug's Life is one of those movies where I thought the animation was so much better than
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
you watch
yeah.
it again and I was like, oh,
It's not
just
that.
not
That's
good at
funny
all.
that
Still fun,
DreamWorks and whoever the other one, like they both came out with rivaling bug movies at the same time.
Yeah.
And it
What
was
are the
like
odds?
someone explained it to me where I was like, they had to be stealing the idea. And I think what happened was technology just got to a point where it was like someone had that idea forever, like it would be cool to do that, but we just for the first time could actually show what it would be like to be that size.
Well, it's also like it was the '90s. Bugs were kind of in vogue.
They were
bugs
big.
were in vogue.
There was also there was actually a big like issue with that movie situation because John Lasseter was like the main guy at Pixar, and he was like the guy behind Toy Story and all this stuff that like brought it up. And I think they were working with Disney for a while, and they were butting heads. Like Pixar and Disney were kind of butting heads.
Yeah.
Disney hadn't made anything great, and one of the main guys at Disney broke off to start DreamWorks, and there was a huge argument that like the guy. Like John Lasseter went to Disney and pitched like something to the effect of A Bug's Life, and the guy that broke off to start DreamWorks heard the pitch.
Yeah.
So there was a huge argument, and then he made Ants, and John Lasseter was like, "What the fuck?" And the Ants came out first,
Did it?
Like they made ants and were like pushing along quicker than Bug's Life.
Yeah.
And so like he thinks and claims that it was stolen.
That's like that. Have you seen that? Like in The Office, there's like a classic Michael Scott monologue. Where he's like,
About ants.
I love Woody Allen. Everybody knew that Ants was just a ripoff of A Bug's Life. He stuck true to his film.
He did.
That is why I love Woody Allen. It's just like, that's like
Sticks
it.
to his guns.
Yeah.
I mean, what's not to love about Woody Allen, right?
Yeah.
Lauren did not like that. I just had to like shimmy my boxers
No,
out a
you
little
always
bit.
do that.
All right, it's been weeks, but
Rusty wears boxers that go below the knee.
Right.
They tend to bunch just a
your
little.
guys aren't
They
capri.
start above the.
Your guys aren't capris.
Capri
Your boxers aren't
I was
Isn't that-
Capri boxers.
Is that
for a
just
while.
long johns?
Pantaloons.
I actually got in like
Mine
I
are really thin.
was talking to someone about this the other weekend. Like I saw this dude was like pushing this line of long johns for Uniqlo that like I think he lives in London or something, and he's like, it's great. Like I layer them underneath like the pants and the shirt.
Yeah.
Like you'd go skiing and then
Yeah.
he puts on jeans and he doesn't have to wear as much outerwear. And I was like, oh, that's great, honestly. Like you could get a good fit. You don't have to worry about like a super bulky jacket. But I was like, if I went out to a bar and I like met a girl and we went back to my place, and I took my shirt off my pants and I had long johns on, I think that would be the end of it.
Yeah.
It would be a really tough look.
Yeah.
My dad wears this thing called a union suit. You know what that is?
No.
It's like a onesie for adults, but it has like buttons down the back so you can go number 2.
It's pajamas, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, your dad has old timey like with the
Like-
butt flap.
Yes. Yeah.
I've always wondered
He
like
wears it like I think a union suit might be like the army or something.
if I
try to
was
make it
wearing that and I had to poop, like I'm taking it off. I'm not like trusting this like
yeah.
flap. Also, if I walked in on someone fully clothed sitting on the toilet and I don't know that that there's a flap back there, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, dude, there's a flap. That doesn't really help.
Yeah. All right, should we pitch each other, guys?
Yeah.
All right.
You have a pitch?
Oh, I didn't get a pitch. I have all the other things.
That's okay.
Wait, maybe I do
We'll
have-
pitch you.
Okay, wait. Let me. Can I look on my notes? Maybe
My
I
notes
have
are
something
green because
pull
there's
together
no
and
black and
pitch.
white ink. I got something. Ready?
Thanks.
Yes.
All right, new airline, but the boarding is done. The windows board first, then the middles, and then the aisles.
Love that.
Love
Come on.
Yeah.
Is it worked into the usual periodical as well, like
It's
front
just
to back, or it's just
yeah,
out to
and
in?
front to back. And front, the back ones go first.
back ones?
Like-
Like,
like-
but if
in
like
the
one guy's off, it just fucks the whole thing up.
Yeah.
if Chester Collins
Yeah.
goes in there
Well, it's like
and he
you
boards
know,
when
like
he wants.
No, you know how like Southwest does though, like where like you have an assigned boarding position.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're assigned, like it's in a very specific order,
And they check.
That is, and they check as you go in, and then the first people, like sure, like people like to board first, but I think if everyone was on the same page, it would go so much faster.
yeah.
People in the back of the plane in the windows would be the first people to board. They just walk all the way back. People file in. I mean, it would be infinitely more efficient.
I think
It's called Easy Board Airlines.
the airlines are too money hungry to do it because they want people to like pay for priority and like all these different levels
That's
to
probably
board.
true, yeah.
But that sucks because like convenience, man. Why don't you care about the customers a little more?
Yeah.
Make
They
our-
should be boarding at least from the back of the plane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or at least the window thing. Like I was a window seat and I got on the plane yesterday,
Yeah.
and the other 2 seats were already there.
Yeah.
Then I have to hold up the whole line while 2 people get out.
Yeah.
You know,
I had
I have to.
someone fuck. You know how in Comfort Plus it's like the overhead space is just for people sitting there because like
I don't know that.
okay whatever some guy some fucking joker put his
There
bag.
is.
He was in like the seat behind. He was in the first row of like the main cabin, and I was the last row of comfort. And he took my overhead thing because they were full, but it says like reserved for these seats, and I had to be the guy being like, dude.
Yeah, it's implied. You should know that.
Well, it's
And I
also
wonder
like
if you-
now.
I actually
now
would have assumed that's a free for all.
no, it says it on the inside, like in bold lettering, like for
Comfort
these
Plus.
seats. Because now I have to go back and whatever.
Yeah.
All right, you want to hear? That's a good pitch.
I
You wanna
love
hear-
it.
You want to hear a great one?
I'm
Shit.
a little
You're
offended.
setting yourself up. Okay.
Originally, this was just for the Rubik's Cube, but now I'm thinking that you can use these for whatever you want.
I can't even imagine what it's going to be based off.
Yeah.
There are
I-
there are gloves that you. What's the worst part about a Rubik's Cube?
the
Finger.
getting it snagged when you're twisting.
Okay, let me rephrase. Imagine I didn't say anything about gloves. What's the worst thing about a Rubik's Cube?
I don't know how to
answered it.
solve
I
it.
can't
Yeah,
solve
exactly.
Yeah.
You can't solve it. I can, no big deal. But like the average person wants to, it looks cool, doesn't know how to do it. These are gloves that are programmed to like you grab it and it like will do the solving for you.
Yeah.
And they're very lifelike. You can't tell if you're wearing a long sleeve shirt. You can barely tell they're there, and you can grab a Rubik's Cube and impress all your friends because you can solve it. But now I'm thinking it could be for like surgeons.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Baseball. You can throw like a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah. You're going to need the shoulder and a lot of other things too.
No, it's got like a spring in the hand.
Oh, it's like one of those.
You just hold it out.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah. Like you're a firebender. Yeah. Standing there like, is this guy okay? And then just throws it through the catcher's glove.
that's
So
it.
the batter
That's it.
also has like robot gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's robot baseball.
It's
Yeah.
robot baseball.
I would like that.
That's your idea, is
think
robot
at
baseball?
some point-
That's your great idea?
It's like, well, that takes mine.
Awesome. Wait, let me see if I have like anything in my notes.
Wait,
that
can
could
I go
be-
pee super quick?
Yeah, I'm
Actually,
gonna
you
go
have
pee
to
as
pee
well.
too.
Oh wow. Oh my.
I don't have any like clever business ideas off the top of my head. I've had trillions over the years, of course.
Of course.
I have like a funny one that my buddy and I thought up like years
Lay it
ago.
on us.
It's a bar experience for just like the modern American, and we build this thing, and like all the chairs are just these like super comfortable reclining things, and you sit at the bar, and like you don't have to. The whole idea is you just don't even have to move or do anything. You get everything you want. You sit there, and there's like maybe like some buttons that you can like control things with your fingers. The food you order, the sports are projected in your eyeball. So you can have whatever you want like right there. And then if you want to order food, there's a slide that leads right into your mouth. So you don't have to pick your head up. And you order the food and it just comes down the slide into your mouth. And if you don't feel like opening your mouth, we could just run a tube
It's like
down your
Wall-E.
throat. Yeah. And you could just sit there and watch sports in your eyes and eat all you want.
Sounds fucking awesome.
And oh yeah, it's also a toilet.
There was a restaurant called Binga's Wingas. I think it's still
Those racists.
Binga's Wingas.
Fingers wingers.
I think you're making it
like
racist,
a
man.
slur.
I think you're making it racist. And it had the best chicken tenders, but in the booth there were mini TVs that you could control
Yes.
It was awesome.
At Wild Wing Cafe had that.
Probably a very similar.
Actually, no, it
vibe.
was World of Wings.
Okay.
So did the Brickyard.
So you took a bunch of
Wild.
liberties on that first step.
Yeah, like a ton of them. That is a great idea, though.
No, yeah, I would go there with my dad and we
Yeah,
would watch
me too,
sports
man.
together.
It was like the easy. It would be like a Saturday morning, and like Kentucky would be playing. He's a UK fan, and I'd be like, "Cats are on, Bingas," and he'd be like, "Yeah."
Wait, who's the UK fan?
My dad.
Oh.
Cats are on.
Why'd you have such a visceral reaction to that?
No, I got like bubble.
Oh,
in
I
my
thought you were
throat
like,
right as-
I thought you just like hated the Wildcats.
No, I don't really have a take on them.
Yeah,
Really?
pretty run of the mill.
You're a pretty opinionated guy.
I know, but Kentucky is sort of
I know.
Kentucky's sort of one thing I don't.
Dip your
I tread lightly.
little fingers
I've
in.
been to Kentucky, saw the Simpsons movie there, and it.
Pause. What's up? You went there for the Simpsons movie? Or you
Yes,
The
well,
fact that you watch it anywhere but your own home is pretty
it was in.
surprising.
I was in theaters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I went to the Simpsons, with my grandpa, and he felt kind of bad because there were some mature themes. There's dong in like the first 5 minutes of that.
in the Simpsons movie? There's dong.
Yeah, Bart Simpson.
His dong.
You don't see Bart Simpson.
Underage dong in the.
Oh, you
Simpsons?
do? Like
There's
maybe
a-
like a
there's a
teeny. It's
UD,
like a
yeah.
teeny tiny little.
Because you know the
Wait,
opening
wait.
scene
He's
is
got,
like
a schmeckle.
the opening
Yeah.
scene is like an iconic like he's skateboarding and like his clothes get ripped off or something, and then it's like this hysterical scene of like there's like a bird flying right where his crotch is, and then like like an RC car driving, and then like there's like always something conveniently that's blocking it perfectly.
Yeah.
And then there's a bush, and the bush just has a line cut out the
I
middle.
do remember
So it's like
that.
the
Yeah.
one thing that would be the right thing to block.
Yeah.
it, then
They
you just
unlock
see his
it.
dong.
I forgot about
So
that.
clever.
Yeah, it was in
Crazy.
Newport, Kentucky.
Yeah. All right. Billy, we like to do a little thing around here where, the playmates, they write in, they tell us what's going on, tell us the situation they're in, and they ask us, hey, am I the asshole in this situation? And we say,
Okay.
yeah, or we say, no.
And now that we have an uneven number, we can vote.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, before it had just
Oh.
been a
Lauren couldn't
dictatorship.
Yeah.
We were
This
doing
is
we were
their
doing
19th
Reddit
amendment.
I was
posts.
gonna say.
Yeah.
We were doing Reddit at first, and then this is just so much more fun. So.
It's what, yeah, we were doing like ones from Reddit, and then people like
They're very
without even
entertaining.
soliciting them, people just started sending
Yeah.
us.
It's,
how it
it's also
works,
way
man.
better because we're the first people to,
Yes.
like, most of these Reddit stories, another podcast has gotten them. We now have a well of
Yeah.
people asking.
Yeah,
us if
you're
they're
first
asshole.
to the story. You can establish what the truth is.
Also, guys, Lauren, what was that DM that someone sent? It was someone hit the nail on the head this morning, and they go, "Hey Lauren, tell Will and Rusty to listen to Naive by the Kooks." And I was like,
Yeah, I don't know.
I love that song. You would love it. Da-na, da-na, I'm not on the roster. She knows, I know.
Ain't no mountain.
Wait, you listened? You didn't?
I don't.
Wait,
He just said it.
No, she said that Lauren texted us. So.
before I read that, Aim of the Asshole, can I actually play this voice memo? Some dude had another dream.
Yes.
Remember the guy who had a dream?
Yeah.
Austin Bauer.
Martin Luther King.
Wait, do I need any context?
Yo, what
here,
was
or
that
can
guy
I-
who had a dream? Fuck.
God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
No, you don't need any context.
Okay.
It's just one of our playmates.
What was the original dream again?
Should I play
Something
it
about
again?
me, right?
Something about
Oh, it was like Will was hitting some crazy dance move, and like all the girls were loving it. Wasn't
Dude, that
that it?
happened at the
I
wedding.
don't know. I can play it again. But
I kid
Get
you
it?
not. I gotta say one thing happened at the wedding.
Okay.
I hit my crazy dance. I have like an iconic, like, you know, this move.
Oh yeah.
So
Like
I
when you-
pulled that out, like in the full suit, which, it, like everyone like made
Risky.
a circle around. First, for the record, the groom asked me to.
Yep.
He was like, I was like a personality invite to the wedding.
Yeah.
Like when the first time I saw him for 5 years, I was like, dude, I'm so happy to be here. And he's like, yeah, man, you better tear it up on the dance floor. He's like, I want to see that move.
That's crazy. That's all. It's like all you're here for, dog.
And I did it, and it was great. And then the bride was like, oh my god, wait, let me get the videographer, and went and got the wedding videographer.
That's
Was like,
awesome.
do it again. Did the move again, and then like I did it like looking at the camera, and then I popped up and I just walked past the camera and I went. And I kid you not,
got chills.
immediately,
Every bridesmaid, there's just a panty-sized hole in the floor.
One of the bridesmaids walked up to me right after that and introduced me to her friend.
Yeah.
And was like, "Hey,
And?
Will, you should meet my friend."
Did
Who had
anything-
clearly like
Yeah.
made some indication. I was like, "I am fucking."
It'd be
Did
funny
anything
if like when you
transpire?
were
No, I wasn't
out.
really interested. I just went to the bathroom, but
Nice little.
It'd be funny if like while you were doing it, people were like throwing their bras. Everyone- all right.
Yeah.
I will say, doing dance moves like that, I think I've shown you guys. I definitely haven't shown Lauren, but there's this video of this kid dancing at his like fraternity formal, and he does this move where he brings his hand down.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Have I shown you this
Dong
video?
flops
I've seen.
And he-
I got
he-
sent this one too.
He does this thing and he opens the gate. Like his hands are supposed to like open the gate, and the seam of his suit rips, and he's not wearing under it, and his dick and balls flop
wait,
out.
I think I've seen this video.
It's the
They-
funniest video.
That they
So-
do anything less than
so funny.
burst out of his pants. Like
so funny.
so much velocity.
Yeah.
They pop out.
Dude, you know what's crazy
Yeah.
is like that probably worked for someone. Like, so there was some girl there that saw that and was probably like, yeah.
Okay.
He's the one.
Well, because it was this dude. It was a sick. It was like it looked like a magic trick. He goes down, opens the gate. Dude, it was like they had been. It was like his suit was like the only thing holding it back from like barking at people. Like when it burst, it like jumped out.
Like it had been tucked up, maybe.
That thing did not want to be in there.
The caption.
Slapping
It was someone's Snapchat too. Like the video that got sent around was a Snapchat with the caption. The caption was just hero.
oh my god.
All right, Lauren.
There's
let's
a lot
hear.
going
That
on.
is dream on me.
Let's
All right.
hear if someone's the asshole.
No, I want to.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hey everybody. So I had another dream last night. Basically, I was doing some video work for you, and like Rusty met me at the door to like this warehouse like studio thing, and he was just like, "Hey, I'm sorry, like Will's just kind of going crazy right now. Better." He's like, "All right, that's fine." And we walk in, and Will's just like screaming about this like crypto venture that he's working on. It has something to do with like an island. I don't fully remember how they were tied to each other, but he was very passionate about it. And Rusty's looking at him like, "Sorry, like this always happens." Just kind of getting annoyed with it.
guy needs to
and
see a
Will just
therapist.
keeps yelling and yelling, and then like the countdown to the podcast starts. And when it hits 0, Will just like books it to his chair and then is perfectly normal. I just wanted to see how accurate that is to real life, and please leave my dreams. Thanks.
Okay, wait, I want to clear
Austin
something.
Bauer.
Yeah. Crypto Island is not some crazy idea. Okay, it's gonna work.
Yeah, they just won't shut up about it. We've heard. We understand everything.
No, you don't understand. We're bringing the island to the mainframe.
You don't understand. The blockchain island, crypto island, it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
And
Lauren,
it's going through the roof right now. It's over 60.
Willie, we've heard it a million times.
All right.
We know.
I love that like we have just hijacked this man's like resting time.
I'm really. It's actually the scariest thing. It's like, you know, there's like endearing, like, oh, people are submitting things. Like,
Yeah.
wow, that's so cool to build a community. Then that happens, and you're like, ooh, we got to shut this down.
Yeah, you can't escape, you guys.
All right.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Okay, our first Am I the Assholes from... He says,
good,
okay,
doesn't
so this is his dilemma.
Natural.
My goddaughter's baptism date has been set for a few months now. Oh, wait. I don't even know if I was supposed to say his name. I just realized.
It's fine. We can bleep it out.
Fix
Okay.
it in post.
It's like, yeah. My God.
There's no way to fix that in post.
Yeah, I thought we were live. I was under the impression this is
Yeah,
live.
there's
My goddaughter's baptism date has been set for a few months now. I'm on the football team and we've made the state semifinals.
Wait. His daughter's baptism?
Goddaughter.
Goddaughter.
Okay. I already was like, I felt like I was judging.
He's on the
but-
football team and he made the semifinals.
Congrats.
And the game is set to be played on a Sunday, pretty much at the exact same time as my goddaughter's baptism. The exact date and time is set about a week before the game based on team seeds, so there's no way I could have known when they set the date for the baptism. I've signed all the papers, and technically I don't have to be at the baptism to be her godfather. The baptism is for my niece, and it means a lot to me that my brother and his wife chose me to be the godfather, even though... They could have chosen one of the other siblings who are older than I am. Family's coming into town and you have to book these things at least a few weeks in advance, so it's not like it could just be postponed. Having said that, am I the asshole for going to play in my state game and missing my own goddaughter's baptism?
No, I don't think you are.
What level of what level
So,
of football is this?
Lauren, correct
State
me
game?
if I'm
Gotta be
wrong.
high school, right?
High
Based
school.
off of the time of year, I'm almost sure that he must be. Oh no, because it's state, so it is American football, but it's March. How is he still playing?
I guess like, how much is on the line with this game,
Dude, if
we
it's-
don't have a
Click on where's he from?
Yeah.
because if he's like trying
Yeah,
to
why?
go to
It is a
college
weird.
for
Doesn't
this,
football end in the fall?
Yeah, but maybe he plays in like Texas and it's like still going on. I don't know.
Yeah.
if it's a big deal and he's like trying to go to college for this and like he's playing in the game, then I feel like that's totally you're not.
I feel like
the
it's probably
asshole.
not that, though.
No, but I
If
feel
you think it's something like something low.
I think it's probably just like
like a high school
dude,
football
but
game.
think about
Yeah.
how big of a part of your life that is
Yeah.
when you're that age. Like if you were like boys, I gotta miss it for my goddaughter's like baptism. You're letting all the boys down.
Yeah, that's just hearing that out loud.
He's from Connecticut. He goes to... Wait, no, I probably shouldn't say. He's in college.
He's in college, so it's a college football game.
Yeah.
state champ.
Yeah, you can't miss.
Wait,
that.
what? Can you
Wait,
say where he goes?
long-
Can you say where it will?
Miami U.
Oh,
What?
That's the one in
this must
Ohio.
be from
Ohio.
University of Miami isn't. Sorry, we
Okay,
gotta bleep
Miami
it.
here's
U
here
is-
he's probably saying this like this happened retroactively.
Oh, he did this in the fall.
He definitely
Did he
yeah.
say it's happening now?
I think he's saying am I the asshole
must have been
because
in high school.
because I did this.
Either way, he was in season. He's playing college football, and
There's no
I
state
think
championship
I think
in
he's
college
not the asshole. There's no. He's playing state.
There's no state
So maybe it
champion.
was back in high school.
Did he make this shit up?
Yeah.
Why would he make this up?
Does he say it's happening or that happened?
No, it's
Dude,
right
your
now.
story is not adding up. But
Okay, let's picture it's like November.
Probably doesn't
who
even have
cares
a
about the
niece.
timeline?
yeah, it doesn't matter. He was in season is all that matters.
So-
if he misses it,
If he misses
I
the
don't-
game, is he the asshole? Or sorry, is he the asshole for going to the game?
I think the parents should take initiative and be like, "Hey, we understand this is a huge part of your life right now. You'll still be her goddaughter."
it's
Yeah.
not that important. It's a baptism.
the baby doesn't care.
The baby doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he should play the game as long as like the parents are like, yeah, he should play the game.
Do you guys even like off the top of my head? Like, I'm struggling to figure out who my godmother is or my godfather.
I know mine, and I'm going to dinner with her tomorrow.
Okay, I guess there are levels to this.
Aunt
But
Beanie.
but
You got
that
yours too?
Bill, for the record, that's a complete coincidence. I haven't seen
Franny.
her in years. She's also my aunt, so that's
It's a
second
baptism.
aunt.
Religion's dying. Who cares? You're not an asshole.
Yeah, I don't think you're the asshole, but I think
religion's dying. Who cares? That's the
think-
final answer.
Yeah.
I think this is what you do. They have the regular baptism, and then after your game, you and her go have a special day. You have a special day with the new baby.
Yep.
You go
Gatorade
over.
bottle on her head. Bring her to the game.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Bring her to the
Thanksgiving
game.
at their
Squirt.
house.
Yeah.
You baptize. You do a second baptism
Wait.
yourself in the bathroom.
Think with me here, boys. They switch spots. She plays in the game.
Yep.
The
The
kid.
baby
Yep.
or the mom.
That's
the
not
mom.
bad. No one's gonna hit that baby.
No.
You can't
That's
hit
a guaranteed
baby.
win.
Can't hit a baby.
Can't tackle a baby.
I've tried. They're so elusive.
So hard to tackle.
They're like a chicken.
Unbelievably
It's like
hard.
going for a chicken.
Yeah, it's
You like
a
always hit
bird.
their soft spot
like
too.
a small turkey or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Covered in grease.
Like a bird, flocking. Yeah.
a small flightless bird.
All right, should we hear the
Yeah.
second
That is
M by
final.
the asshole?
Ostriches are the fastest.
What are you
bird.
even talking about right now? Sorry.
He's talking about ostriches.
Literally ostriches.
Oh, okay.
You know they're like so fast.
Yeah, they're 40, 50 miles
You ever
an
seen
hour.
that video of like them like one of them was like running next to a car that's going 80 miles an hour?
No, that's insane.
Maybe,
thought
not,
the-
maybe not 80.
Kevin Hart has a bit about it.
Oh,
It's hilarious.
yeah.
I remember it
that
being
was from
very
one of
funny.
his like old specials.
Yeah.
where it's just the head just stays there. And it's just running.
And they can't outdrive
Yeah.
it. I remember it being
Maybe
good.
that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe I'm not referencing a video. I'm referencing a Kevin Hart bit from 2008.
Could be.
Okay, this next one is tough. So I'm not gonna say his name, but
So he's the asshole.
hey all, first time, long time. I don't know what that means.
First time. He's a first time caller, long time listener.
Yep.
Love it.
Just
Okay.
very busy.
So
Doesn't have time to say it
he's
all.
23 male in grad school and facing a tough situation. His buddy, also 24 male, lives in Boston and has been super generous, letting me crash on his couch every weekend. So I go out with our friends. Blank has 2 dogs. One is an adorable Shih Tzu named Abby. This past weekend, I'd figured I'd do. I'm trying to not say the names because he didn't want them. I'd do Blank a favor and take the dogs for a walk while he was at work. Abby decided to
Well,
chase.
if he's writing the names, you can say them.
Well, he
He's-
said.
You could just change the names.
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
just change them as
I know.
But blank so far.
His
If you,
name's not-
Sorry, okay.
Your
you
name's
keep
not
saying
blank.
that's like the person whose house he's staying at.
Yeah, blank.
Yes.
There has to be one blank.
Okay,
and the main guy's Jerry.
Main
Okay.
guy's Jerry.
You pick names.
The
that
other
you're-
one
that you're-
is Sebastian.
Who? Which one?
the guy who wrote in.
The guy who
we
has
don't
the
know any of them.
dogs.
The guy with the dogs is blank.
Sebastian has 2 dogs.
Okay, and
Who's blank then? Who were you saying?
Nobody's
was
blank anymore.
Nobody's blank.
But
anymore.
who
We got
was blank?
Sebastian.
Sebastian. Okay, that's
And the
okay.
new guy's and the main character is Jerry.
Yes.
Okay.
Should we pretend like none of this has happened? And we
Okay, Sebastian has 2 dogs. One is an adorable Shih Tzu named Abby. This past weekend,
Wait, is that actually the dog?
Oh my God.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
who cares about the
She's
dog?
an adorable dog named Blank.
So the dog,
Wait, Sebastian.
he figured he's giving so many names. This is confusing.
So
All right, next one's Moxie.
Okay, I figured I'd do him a favor and take the dogs out for a walk while he was at work. Abby decides to chase down a turkey that hangs out on their street and completely bolted. I ran after her, but she's crazy fast and got away. Anyway, I panicked. After hours of looking, I lied and made up a story about her escaping when I was getting a package. Sebastian is crushed. He's put up posters and can't stop talking about how guilty he feels for not being there. If I come clean, he might be pissed and not let me crash there anymore. Should I keep my mouth shut and hope Abby turns up, or should I confess?
Well, I
Wait.
got bad news. You just wrote a new podcast. That's a really specific story.
I know.
Wait, time out.
This is
Why was it so? Why is it better that she escaped in one way than the other?
Yeah.
Can I tell? Oh, I don't even know if I can come clean about it. I've had
This happened?
this exact thing happen.
What did you do?
I was dog sitting for. I was working on a congressional campaign. I was dog sitting for the candidate 2 weeks before the election. Took him to the dog park in my apartment complex. My roommate came over, left the gate open, and the thing fucking took off. And I chased it for 9 miles, and I ended up. I ran. I chased it. It ran out onto the highway, and so I ran into this bar, and it was like, "Help! Help! Help! Like, does anyone have a car? Like, I need to chase this dog." They got in the car. This random guy took me in the car. We like drove down. We held up traffic going both ways. I got like a one-on-one with the dog in the middle of the highway. Dove after it, like busted up my knee. I still have, like all these scars
shit.
are from it, and ran into the woods. And it was missing for 3 days, and I didn't sleep for 3 days. And I just was like running around, like handing out flyers, like searching for it. And then after 3 days, it showed up, and like a neighbor found it.
Dad?
Was the politician
And,
like really mad at you, or was he like, I get it?
No, so I told her, I don't know if she's going to listen to this podcast. I mean, we haven't talked in a while anyway. Love you, Kim. I told her, I was like, I'm not going to sell. Actually, the roommate who did it is the fucking wedding I was at. In
Oh, no
Birmingham.
way. Yeah. Full circle.
And I was just like, we're just going to say the gate was broken because there's no point in like having a guilty party here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to change anything.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, the
Guilty
gate.
party, more like or like Kim would say, the Republicans, right?
Yes, that's good.
They should be a guilty party.
Yep,
That
41
was
counts
good.
or something. 91 counts he was charged with. Anyway, I said the gate was broken, and then she took me to the park, and she's like, "Can I see the gate?"
Oh, she didn't believe you.
And so I went to the park, and I like just kind of like jammed the gate, and it did kind of pop open. So
Oh,
I
nice.
had like I showed her. I was like, "Yeah, look at this. He must have just hit it really hard, and it popped open." So then she believed me, and I never came clean about it.
Wow.
So
Until now.
if I'm guilty, if this guy's the asshole, then I'm the asshole.
Wait, what was the scenario when it saw the turkey? What was it doing?
It ran. Well, he didn't. It sounds like he didn't have the dog on a leash. Was that something he was like told you're allowed to do, like walk the dog without a leash?
Right.
I feel like every owner.
Yeah,
That's kind of rule number one.
Yeah.
Is like don't like unless you have a dog, unless you have the world's most best behaved dog, you keep it on a leash.
What about mine was in a dog park? That's okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I let him off the leash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like walk the dog on a leash in a dog park.
Yeah.
That was fine. But yeah, if you had like, I wouldn't walk another person's dog without a leash. Even if
Never.
they're like, even if they do it without a leash, it's like it's not my dog.
Yeah.
I'd say you. I don't think you come clean. Like the right has been wronged. Right, the dog came back or no?
No,
Wait, did it?
I don't think so.
It sounds like the dog is still lost. As
No,
of the
this
right.
this is like this sounds recent. He's put up posters and can't stop talking about how guilty he feels for not being there.
I think that you don't.
The only reason you would tell them is to make yourself feel better. Like the thing is, the bad thing's already happened.
That's
Making him feel worse towards you doesn't fix the problem.
Yeah.
I think you just pray to God that it resolves itself, which for the most part they almost always do. Like with lost dogs, like I think they usually come back or they're found.
Mm-hmm.
If the dog doesn't have a collar and tags on, that's kind of the owner's fault as well. So I
It
don't
sounds
know.
like the owner's kind of beating himself up, like saying he's guilty for not being there. I think, like,
Yeah.
if anything, try and make him feel less guilty for anything. Like, hammer that home.
jeez.
It's tough.
Yeah. I mean, my thought process was always like, it's not going to help anything at this point.
Yeah. Well, like I think the right thing to do is always to be honest in the first place. But if you have lied, then let it go. But in the future, if you ever do this again, maybe just come clean.
Yeah. This is one of those situations where, like, coming clean about this won't, like, further.
No.
Like, it's not, you're not withholding information
Yeah.
that would get them anywhere, like, get you guys anywhere.
I've always been subscribed to the belief of like the truth will set you free and take your beating early. Like that was like our rule at home was like if you fucked up, just be honest. Like with my dad initially, and he like won't be mad.
Yeah.
But like now you've already lied. I would say just hope it works itself out.
Yeah, I hope the dog turns up.
Yeah, it will.
I
It'll
was posting like next door and like Facebook groups. That's
Yeah.
what worked in my situation. It was like you got to get people on the lookout.
I would say if it doesn't have tags, it's probably like at someone's house, just kicking it.
Yep. And I don't know how you get a hold of that.
You
dog
don't.
at that point. Yeah.
Twitter.
You could put
Does
a
it have a
picture
Twitter?
yeah, get your dog a Twitter. That is probably,
Probably
the
number
main
one,
takeaway
yeah.
from this.
Yeah.
Walk a dog on a leash and make sure it has a Twitter.
Yeah.
All right.
Holy shit! I'm getting like war flashbacks from looking for that. Fucking
Yeah, but your dog came back. You're fine.
Yeah, it was crazy though.
Guys.
Kim, she would come like she didn't work. Like it was 2 weeks before the election. She would just come and like sit in my neighborhood because like they said like the smell, like it might. So she would sit just like in my apartment
my
complex,
God.
like outside, and like I had to like cancel all like our meetings and stuff. Like so close to the like she was running.
Did she
for
win the election?
Damn.
She did not win the election.
You might be the reason she fucking.
It
you
was
think-
it was really fucking bad.
You
dude.
can't control for
There was,
everything.
and there was like when I was chasing that first night too, like after this highway incident, I followed into the woods, and then I was like running around in the woods, and I came out into this one yard, and a lady came out. It was like, "Who's there? I got a fucking gun!" And I was like, "Oh my god, no!" Like I'm looking for a dog. I'm looking for a dog. I was like,
All right, should we teach each other some things?
yeah,
Sure.
Billy, teach us something.
Kick it off. Okay. It's based on this book. It's like a piece of information from a book I read. So like, I don't want people coming for me in the comments if it's not right. But I mean, it's a pretty trustworthy book. It's like a well-known one. It's called Sapiens. It's not fiction. It's called Sapiens.
Okay.
It's about like the evolution of human beings from like before we were Homo sapiens and like how it became that and like how we got here. There's like a very specific reason why like humans crave high calorie, sweet, sugary foods.
Tell us.
It's because 30,000 years ago, we were like middle of the food chain essentially, and we were like gathering things. And the only access we had to sweet, high-calorie, sugary foods was through ripe fruit. So like otherwise, humans were just sort of eating what was left over, like the marrow from bones of like picked off carcasses and whatnot. So like an average hunter-gatherer, if they came across a fig tree, like full of actual figs, in their mind, they're like, I have to eat as much of this as possible right now before like, because if I leave, I come back, like other animals are going to pick this clean. There won't be any. So like if they saw a fruit tree of any kind, they would just eat as much as possible because they're like, if I come back, it's not going to be here. And like through that, just like entrained in our like biology, it became like part of what we do. Like we have sweets, we want to overeat it.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Do you ever just count your lucky stars that we have like gas stations and like McDonald's?
Gummy worms, dude.
Oh my God.
We got everything we could ever want.
If you gave a gummy worm to one of those guys, one of the like like the Neolithic guys or whatever, it would blow their you think they would
it would kill them.
They would see God, dude.
Yeah.
all right, well,
Wow.
can we just say for the first ever Teach Me Something, that one was awesome.
That was a good something.
That was
Nice.
good.
That's been one of my favorite facts I learned for a long time.
You know what else, Bill? No one can ever, they can take away your money and your clothes and everything. No one will ever be able to take away the fact that you were the first guy to teach us something on the Playdate pod.
Yeah.
That's something that sticks with you forever.
Our new biggest segment.
Yeah.
Kana just made my day.
Probably.
A little bit.
All right, Will, teach me something.
Okay, you know Ball State University?
All right. yeah.
Yes.
Yes. No, I just meant like it is funny because we all like we got to take so much liberty with this that like we could pick any information and I just realized all of ours are going to be so different.
Wait, what's Ball State University?
It's a college in Muncie, Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah. And anyway, it's founded by the Ball brothers, who are from the Jars. You know, like Ball, like the company.
Oh, Ball jars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Mason jars. Mm-hmm. But they say Ball.
There's like one
You look shocked.
main version of jars.
Yeah.
And it's like
Ball. Like the biggest brand of jars.
But they're shaped like mason jars.
It's just-
Well, I'm about to get into this. What?
Like it's like in cursive, like ball.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I think I know that.
So they are basically just mason jars. So you ever wonder like how the hell did that happen? Well, the guy Joseph Mason, whatever his last name was Mason, created the mason jar.
Of the Freemasons?
No, no.
somehow
No.
unrelated.
In the 1940s, he invented the mason jar, and it was like a major development because it was like super airtight and like it was like big in terms of like food preservation.
Yeah.
Everything used to just go bad in the olden days for like keeping fruit in particular, and he had a patent on it, and then he just, I guess, I don't know how patents work. I didn't want to teach you too much, but his patent expired right around the turn of the 20th century.
Yeah.
And the Ball brothers had this, like, they were doing like some other kinds of jars, and then they're like, oh, the mason jar patent's about to be up. We're just going to do that then. Dude.
Oh, that's
So they just
funny.
put their name on mason jars when the patent expired.
That's
and
awesome.
ended up becoming like way, I think, more successful than
That's
Mason
awesome.
ever was.
Are mason jars, do we just call them that and they're not around anymore? It's all ball jars?
I think
I think it's like how we call like tissues a Kleenex.
yeah.
it's literally like that, except it's like ball. Yeah, like most of the, I think mason jars might still exist in some capacity, but
Yeah.
most of them are ball jars.
Oh.
And that's
a
we call
whole
them mason jars.
business strategy. Just like know about patents and like wait for one to go up and just do that.
Yeah, and there's like other parts of the countries apparently, like I think in like the Northwest or something, they call them like Kerr jars or something because they like have like a different like
different
distribution
guy,
out there
yeah.
or something.
I know a guy with the last name Kerr, and man, if I find out he's of the Kerr jar fame, pretty big deal.
I went to school with a kid named, I think I've said this a million times, I just love saying it. I went to school with a kid named Will Diesel, and his family
That's
is
awesome.
the family that started Diesel Fuel.
That's so cool.
He's also the nicest guy. Like, you'd think he'd be like, hey,
Badass.
hey, sick truck. Like,
Yeah.
like this guy invented it. He's just like the biggest sweetheart.
He drives a Prius,
That's also
He drove a cool car. I'm trying to remember what he drove.
he better drive a cool car.
yeah,
18-wheeler.
I don't want to put him on blast, but I think he drove a nice.
You hear somebody's last name is Diesel, you'd like make a joke, be like, oh, like what about like they invent Diesel, and be like, no,
Yeah.
that's what his
Wait,
family did.
Vin Diesel.
We're at freshman.
He's got his own legacy.
That's a different
Vin
guy.
Diesel's got enough.
Yeah, he's got too much.
We're at freshman orientation, and he was one of those guys where like you could see like, okay, that's a cool guy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go stand next to that guy, but like during the icebreakers, whatever.
Yeah.
He had
And,
a huge hat on.
He's like, no, he's just like,
Kentucky Derby.
he just had,
I'm gonna go
he
hang
just had
with
like he just had like a good aura around him, like
Yeah.
just good vibes. And I went over, he's like, hey man, like where are you from? And I was like, Cape Elizabeth. He goes, do you know Chris LeProd? And I go, he's like one of my best friends, next door neighbor. I was like, do you know Chris LeProd? He's like, yeah, we hiked for 8 weeks through like, and he named some like Montana, like the Montana hills. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And he was like, yeah, great guy. And he was like, Will Diesel, nice to meet you. And I was like, all right, we're gonna be best buddies.
That's the coolest
He
guy
hits
of
you
all
with
time.
like a relatable thing, and then Will Diesel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He hooks you in.
he
Will
yeah.
Diesel.
And then Chris told me and was like, you know, his family invented diesel fuel. Yeah.
Sick.
That's
All right.
absurd.
This is pretty great. You guys are familiar with the Soviet Union.
Wow, very.
Yes, yes.
Imagine you're a Russian and you've been fighting in World War II for the past couple of years, and like we win. And what's the first thing you do? You get back to the motherland. You're at your hometown. What's the first thing you do?
Again,
Control the means of production.
Start
warm meal.
partying.
Partying.
right?
Just party. Yeah.
Karaoke.
Giant party breaks out like countrywide in the streets, just like pandemonium. Everyone's having a great time, like the war's over. In 22 hours, they had depleted their vodka. Like the entire country was out of vodka in 22 hours.
That's
no
awesome.
way.
Yeah. They drank it all in
less than a day.
less than a day.
That's sick.
so cool.
What?
Isn't that
That's
awesome? I read that. I was like, that was probably a blast.
Is that the world's biggest party? I think that's got to be history. Like one of the biggest parties in history.
I think it was Coachella 2018.
If you think of like
That was a
sheer
good year.
land
Yeah,
mass,
yeah.
though, like the most amount of square kilometers or whatever fucking bullshit measurement they use over there. Like,
Whatever bullshit. that matters to them.
nonsense, freak show.
can I tell you guys another one that I just thought of?
Yeah.
I worked as a bar back, and you guys ever seen like bitters in a bottle, like a bitters bottle?
The rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you noticed like the wrapper's way bigger than like the
Yes.
bottle? Like the wrap, like normally
Yeah.
a wrapper stops and it fits the
It
jar.
has a little extra.
Yeah.
Theirs is bigger than the bottle, and you're always like, why do they do that?
It's kind of a mess.
I asked the bartender once, and I was like, keep in mind, I haven't Googled this. This was
I actually know this.
okay.
So,
So
I'll verify. Yeah.
he basically was like, yeah. So they enter, these two brothers have their families like bitters company, and there was like a bitters competition where it was basically like who can make the best bitters. And so they broke it up, and they were like, all right, you do the jar, I'll handle the label. And they just didn't talk to each other about how big the label or the jar was going to be. And so they got there, and he was like, I got the label. And he was like, sweet, I got the jar. And they put it on the bottle, and it was too long. And I think they ended up losing the competition, but one of the judges was like, that's a fun thing that you guys did, that you made it longer.
Is
You
this
should,
the one you're talking about?
yeah, exactly. You
I think
should-
any bitters jar has
Yeah,
it now. Like
now
every
they do
company
that.
does
they
it
all
now.
do it.
Funny.
Yeah, it's like standard now.
but
Whoa.
they just kept it like that, which I think is hysterical.
Yeah.
I love playing
That
off a
was good.
mistake, like it was an intentional
Yeah.
decision.
Yes.
Like an intentional creative decision.
Yeah, they're like, yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
Can I give you guys one more?
Please.
Bro's cooking.
Sorry, I just keep thinking of cool things.
Yeah.
I forget the dog's name, but there was a German, I believe, dog also in World War II that got like the blue medal. Maybe not Germany. It got a medal because it saw a bomb and it peed on it, and that diffused the bomb and saved like so many people.
Got a blue medal for that?
Yeah.
It peed on a bomb.
So like it was like I know it sounds fake. I read this earlier, and I chose not to do this one. It was like an incendiary bomb or something. Look up like dog gets blue cross for peeing on bomb.
I like the implication that it did that on purpose too.
I think it might have. Dude, it like saw it, peed on it, and everyone was like, yeah!
stood over the bomb
sounded
and
like a
urinated.
dog noise.
Extinguishing the fire. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
In 1944.
Saw it,
Wow.
thought it was like, this doesn't look
It
good.
was just before they
Whizzed
made
on
the
it.
jar.
Oh, and then it got a second medal because apparently its owner's store caught on fire, and it ran to the fire department and alerted them.
A twofer?
Yeah.
That's an all-time dog.
Yeah.
Dude, that dog should be.
It's not
we
the
should
Lassie.
breed that thing and just give it to everybody. All the
Yeah.
children.
You wanna breed that
spread
dog,
out.
you
I want to
freak?
breed that dog.
All right.
I got another random
Oh, yeah.
fact that I thought of. It's like a. Sorry, do we need to move on?
No.
we can move on.
No, this is gonna be a 2-hour podcast, and I love it.
All right,
Let's
sweet.
do 5-hour podcast.
This
Good
one,
for
like,
a
I'm
month.
gonna try and like recall all this off the top of my head, but like, there are like layers to the brain. There's like the inner limbic portion of the brain, and then there's the outer neocortex. And the neocortex developed later on. Like the limbic is more of like a primal portion of the brain that sort of like directs your like the why you do things, like your very like core decision making. And the prefrontal cortex developed to like it was like a language center, and like basically taking what happens in the limbic brain and the decisions you make and like rationalizing it and committing it to language. So like when you like have trouble explaining like why you feel a certain way, it's because like it's two separate portions of the brain, and like it's your outer brain trying to make sense of something that it has no part in. So like if you say like why do you love this person, like your actual love for them comes from the limbic portion of your brain, and like the why of why you love them like is actually there, and then your brain, the neocortex, processing that information, it comes out and like I love them because of like we like have similar hobbies or this stuff, and like it's not really always the reason. And like that's why when you have these like snags and like trying to explain yourself and why you do things, it's because it's two separate parts of the brain that like.
That's pretty cool.
Holy shit!
All right, Will, your turn to come up with
It
another
makes me
one
feel
on
like a
the fly.
fucking idiot for doing the Ball State one.
That was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I know tons of different
I
stuff.
got
Lauren, what's something that
little
you know?
tidbit.
Oh, I don't have one.
Oh, okay.
And that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
but
that's all right.
Next time I'll have one.
Should we do DJs first, or should we do
Right, we got.
tourist attractions that don't exist?
We do tourist attractions.
Yeah,
All right.
Billy, you travel a lot. What are some fun tourist attractions that you've seen?
Oh, man, I got 2 from my travels, you know, all throughout my life. I've been everywhere, all over the place. Let me see.
Wait, how many did you do?
5.
Oh, you did 5. Okay.
I mean,
I did 5.
Oh, I thought you, because with the way it was pitched to me, like we're all doing 1. So I thought like
Okay.
that is my bad.
That's okay, just
I only brought
remember.
2. I only have 1 of the DJs. I only have 2 of these.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just
Shit.
inundate you with ours. Yeah,
Damn
that was a miscom.
we'll shoulder the load. That's my
Okay.
bad.
That was a miscom. All good. I can give you one if you wanted to.
No, I'm not taking yours.
All right.
First tourist attraction is called Creepy Crawlers, and it's an 8-day summer exclusive haunted hayride up the Amalfi Coast.
That
It's
sounds
all over Europe, all beach locations. You could do it in Mykonos, you could do it in Ibiza. The driver is very old, very racist, and always has spare bathing suits in the back for the women.
Nice.
I love that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's Creepy Crawlers.
Yeah, and then we'll circle back.
Yeah, I
to you.
figured. Okay.
One, it's kind of more solemn.
Yep.
But you know, sometimes a tourist attraction is to pay your respects.
Yeah.
And I've always really enjoyed visiting the tomb of the unknown dentist, which is sort of you know the tomb of the unknown soldier.
Yeah.
It's in that vein where it's just kind of a memorial there to honor all the dentists that might not have, their own grave sites, who may have died in combat or under, anesthesia or anything like that. So,
Can I ask you just one question about
yes.
it? Why, if they died in combat, why are they still being why are they still being classified as dentists?
Well, I mean, they say your first love is your only true love.
That's true.
So
I did hear that.
some of them were drafted and they just wanted to stay dental, but there's also dentists in the army, probably.
Army definitely needs dentists.
right?
Yeah.
Can you brush your?
Actually, like during like the wars though, like is that a priority?
Were they even brushing their teeth? Probably not a priority. Like you need I feel like
I think they just
dental-
pulled them. If one got dirty, you just pull it.
Yeah, until you got nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the tomb of the unknown dentist.
Lauren, what are you giggling about over
She's
there?
taking pictures of us.
I'm getting slap happy. Well, I was trying to take a photo of you guys, and then you looked right at the camera.
I mean, okay, whatever.
He panicked.
Lauren's like, you look over, Lauren's like, stop looking.
Yeah. All right. What do you
Sorry.
One of my favorite is the laziest river.
Yep.
It is just completely stagnant, and every year people try and like float down it, but it's just so lazy that you have to you're basically just propelling your tube through it. But it's like a great place to hang because you can just like leave like your cooler floating next to you. It doesn't need its own tube, and like you don't have to worry about it drifting away. 'Cause
It's almost
so stagnant.
like impossibly still.
mosquito ridden.
Oh my god, it's a nightmare.
The water is filthy. Yeah. It's like literally, it's basically black.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
What was that other one you went to?
The Chicken and Explore, spelled XPLOR. It's a discounted private tours of the Amazon jungle led by acquitted murderers. So they didn't. You can't prove that they did it because they were acquitted. But they were on trial for murder. And they also sell chicken.
And there's no cell
at the
service.
place where you sign
I
up.
love that.
And there's no
cell service.
No, you're in the Amazon jungle
Even
with
if
a
you ever,
murderer.
even if, and they're not. They didn't get
were acquitted.
convicted. So like you shouldn't have to worry about this. But it is an important note
It'll be in the back of your mind.
that there's no cell service and you can't call for it.
Yeah, and they do. I mean, you need a machete to get through the jungle.
Where does the chicken come from?
The place where you sign up, they also sell chicken.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Mine was, it was funded by the same organization that funded the previous one I mentioned. I've got Mount Brushmore. It is carved into the South Dakotan mountains, and it's 4 molars side by side. Nice. And it's a reminder.
So much dental shit.
It's a place that like parents can threaten to take their kids if they don't keep brushing. It's like, if you don't start flossing and brushing, we're gonna have to take you to Mount Brushmore.
Well, it's like Mecca for dentists.
Yeah.
They make a yearly journey.
Have you gone to the dentist recently?
No, have you?
No. Nope.
I'm actually going tomorrow.
Nice. That's fun.
What?
They're getting rid of those fuckers?
You're supposed to go every 6 months.
Well,
Yes.
no, 6 months ago I went, but I hadn't gone in like 2 years before that.
But yes,
See
you
if-
are supposed to go every 6 months.
But yes,
You should ask if they can give you more teeth.
I should.
I'm worried to go because of the tooth gem that's still on. Like, I don't want to have that conversation with my dentist.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's like,
I
still has a thing.
I
on his
had
tooth.
3 on my tooth.
Dude, I was supposed to be gone a while ago.
Supposed to fall off so long ago.
Yeah.
I think she just lied to me. All right. One of my favorite tourist attractions is the unsolvable puzzle.
Oh, yes.
So, like, it's kind of a similar vibe to, like, you know, that sword that's in the stone, and like people come and they try and pull it out. It's just like
Scalp.
we have to wait for the chosen one to come. I think people have like run the numbers and they realize that it's unsolvable just because a couple of the pieces are lost, and like some of them are from other puzzles, and it's just been vexing people for years.
Are they too nervous to tell anyone that it's on, like, that they messed up the pieces?
No one's even come close, so like the tour guides don't know. They're not sure, but like anyone who's done any research on it can quickly see that they're just puzzles. They're pieces that like there's
Is
no
it
way
just a jigsaw puzzle?
It's like a standard 1,000-piece puzzle.
Just
Damn.
do we have any idea what the
We
picture
lost
makes?
we lost the box, so we don't know what it looks
Don't
like.
know what it looks like. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Start with the corners. You know what they say?
Yeah, do the
Start with the
edges.
corners.
Yeah, and then you fill in. Yeah. All right. Well, I've got the ruins of Cornton.
Yes.
It was a Midwestern paradise back in the day, right when the corn boom first happened.
Sure.
And then, as you know, they started exporting the corn and focusing more on cities like Omaha and other ones. Cornton just kind of fell to the wayside, and now
No one talks about it.
ruins. It's thousands of years old.
Is it aging exponentially?
No, it's just like way older than anything else.
I love it.
I want to go.
One of my favorite places to visit is the
Cobb.
most room temperature room. So it's the room that they based room temperature off of. You can go in there, impossible to tell, like where the room starts and begins because it's nothing.
It's like
Yeah.
the like they have the kilogram in the
Yep.
UK.
Is that real?
Yeah, there's like the kilogram over there.
That's sick.
So they have the room
Yeah.
That's awesome.
that sets the room
I
temperature.
think I can't remember who came up with that joke, but it's definitely not mine.
You said it on the pod before.
Really?
Someone submitted something about it, I think.
We've talked about it on this.
Okay.
podcast.
I got one.
Yeah.
that I just thought of.
You didn't think of
it.
it because you've been there.
What?
You didn't think of it because you've been there.
I've been there. Sorry, just remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't know where it is. I don't know. Like, I have an idea of how to get there. My dad flushed my fish down the toilet when I was a kid, and he said it was going on vacation, and it hasn't come back. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
what?
I mean, wherever this fish went must be awesome. So it's down
Atlantis.
It's down my the toilet from my childhood home. It's down that pipe.
Yeah, it's like you could get there if you were small enough.
If you could get down, if we could use that
Small
machine,
guy alert.
If we could use that small machine and go down there, and we also need some way to breathe. Whatever that spot is probably pretty sweet.
It must be a fucking blast.
Yeah.
I think my fish went to the same place, and my dog. Like it must be right near that farm that my parents said
My
my
dog
dog
went to
to.
hell.
Yeah. I went to hell.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my dog was not a good guy.
Naughty, naughty dog.
You think you could get away with that much humping and just go straight to heaven?
I mean, yeah, he was humping left and right.
We actually, you know, it was crazy. My dog had this like stuffed animal. We got it. And we called it his girlfriend because he does it all the time. And he had it like from like when he was first born. And then after like a long time, my mom was like, "We're gonna replace it." Oh my god, this new one got there, and I was like, "That's what that thing's supposed to look like." He like humped it into. It was just like limp, and it had no stuffing in it left, and it was like darker colors. It came. I was like, "Ugh." Like, it was the most disgusting thing.
I thought you were gonna say he like hated it. Like,
No,
they replaced his girlfriend.
Fucking
And he was like,
loved it. Loved it.
It's like DiCaprio, dude. He had to cycle in the new.
Yeah, exactly.
Got too old.
All right, Will, what's your favorite?
Well, you know how Milwaukee's always kind of got that little brother vibe with Lauren's hometown of Shy City?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like only an hour away, but it's kind of doesn't have the glamour. Well, they recently, last 10 years, they tried to kind of catch up.
Revamp.
Yeah, and so they installed right in the middle of downtown Milwaukee a massive monument called the Refried Bean. And it just isn't as aesthetically pleasing as the bean.
Yeah.
Like even close.
What did they change?
It's refried.
It's, you know, like a can of refried beans?
I love
just like
refried
kind of
beans.
like a clumpy cylinder.
Every time
Oh,
it rains, it's
looks
like a
like-
fucking nightmare.
It's almost
like, just,
formless.
seeps out.
Uh,
Nah, that's
I don't
stupid.
know what that meant, actually.
Like if there was like one giant refried bean, like every time it rained, all the brown stuff would like come off and like go into the city.
It's not a real bean. It's a sculpture.
You know what the
Oh,
You know the bean and
Yeah.
stuff?
I was just picturing that this one was a real refried, like a giant real refried.
No. It's reflective metal. It's just,
Oh yes, yeah. Sorry
Idiot.
that I took a mental leap there.
I saw the leap you made, and I picked up on it. You
I was
you lost
baffled.
him.
I'm baffled.
So it's metal.
Every once in a while, it's crazy where we draw the line, being like, no, that's too crazy.
You can't do that. No.
metal like sheet.
Yeah. It's the same as the bean.
But it's sort of formless because it's like a clump of refried beans, or it's
Exactly.
one singular refried bean.
clump. It's a can cylinder.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You got any more?
He's gonna cry.
He does this sometimes.
Fucking hate it. I hate the refried bean.
He's gonna cry.
I got.
I'm sorry I did the refried
You're gonna make
bean.
him cry.
I
On my
got-
first
I
episode.
was trying to force a tear and I couldn't in time.
No, you're.
I thought
I
the
could tell
refried
from
bean
here.
was funny because it was like a play on the bean.
I got the strongest wave pool, so it's like it's like
Wait, did you see that video? Like a guy get knocked over?
oh, you're actually crying. Damn.
I did pretty good, right?
It's like
You got some tears in there. Yeah.
it's like gale force winds in a wave pool, and it's like tsunami sized waves, and it's just like slamming people like left and right, and like you rarely make it out. Like it's kind of like a this is really throwing me off. It's kind of like a last
What?
nothing. It's kind of like a last thing you do on your way out. It's like send grandma
You like die in it?
It's just
send grandma to the wave pool in the sky.
that sounds like pure horror. Like dying in a wave that's like inevitably gonna kill you.
You know is
it
going to
keeps
kill you.
coming.
Yeah.
Like even if you survive the first one, like the second you come up, you see the next one. Like
Might be like the worst way to go.
yeah,
That or like bugs eating you to death.
Oh my god, bugs feasting on your skin.
all right.
I got one. I was at
Creepy
this
bugs
summer
crawling.
Cliffs of Yore. Have you guys done the Cliffs of Yore? It's like the water slide. It's the biggest water slide at the classic big old LA water park. The one.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
The Cliffs of Yore.
What's the classic big old LA water park?
LA water park.
Wait, I think he's just drafting.
I'm doing.
yeah.
You guys are making it seem like a real place you've been. I was like, Willie, we're leaving you in the dust. It's Cliffs of Yore, and it's this super tall water slide. But there's like halfway up the staircase, it becomes like this sort of optical illusion of stairs where you keep walking. And you're super excited. You never get to the top.
That's fucking awful.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't know what just happened.
what's your next one, Will?
It sucks, dude. My last one was a mail it in job.
Lay it in. Lay it on me.
The Great Nashville Soup.
Pitching it like that sad makes it even better.
It's like 100-yard bowl of soup that is. You can just go have a bite, but you have to bring your own spoon.
You bring your own grilled cheese.
I love it personally. I don't think it holds a candle though to the slipperiest slip and slide.
Oh man,
It's
That's
like
dangerous.
like there's no, even if you like did gracefully land on it, you just pick up so much speed that it's like there's no way you're stopping in time. But most people like just touch it like to get a feel for it, and it just like throws your body.
It sucks your whole body in.
Jesus Christ!
Sends you
Yeah.
for miles.
All right, should we do DJs that don't exist, guys?
Oh man, yeah, we got. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long?
Sadly,
How
I
long
only
have we
have.
been going.
An hour 40.
Let's go. Honestly,
Billy,
I have
our
shit to
longest
do.
episode is like 1:15.
Fuck yeah. We're dragging our feet today.
Stuff, dude. I probably.
Um,
Oh man.
probably
sadly,
way behind.
I've only got one DJ.
All right, Billy, what is it?
He's an interesting one. Captain Phillips.
Yes.
Doesn't need an agent, manager, record label, doesn't have to book shows. He doesn't even need to know how to DJ. He just gets a ticket to another DJ show, pushes his way to the front row, then puts his phone up to show the DJ a message that says, for example, play Losing It, I have a bomb. And then the rest of the night, he just switches the song out for whatever other song he's kind of feeling.
I'm the DJ now.
Basically, I'm the DJ now. If he could change it up, he could be like, play Love Tonight, No Funny Business, or The Guy Next to Me Gets It.
Yep.
And like basically threatening the
He's
DJ.
He's holding the show up.
Yeah. So you go to the set and you're like, dude, like Dom Dalla was on stage. He didn't play any of his music. I think we went to a Captain Phillips set.
Phillips?
Yeah.
It's like Banksy. Like you have to verify if it was a Captain Phillips.
Yeah. He's not in it for the music. He's not in it for the fame. He's just genuinely in it for the control and the
power hungry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Captain Phillips.
Who do you like, Will?
I like Macrowave.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just thought it sounded cool.
Yeah.
Macrowave. I think I saw him. Yeah, I saw him over the summer.
Yeah.
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 He cooked.
Cooked.
New underground guy, DJ hi-hats. So like a lot of people like, yeah, well, that too. So he's known for his use of hi-hats, like the
Yeah.
but he also has just like the highest hats. Like his hat is like a Cat in the Hat level height every show, and it changes. Like it gets bigger every show. And now, like, he can't play indoor shows because it's like 30 feet high.
Oh, it gets longer every show.
Well, he buys a new one. He's got that hi hat.
You got to level up. Yeah, I think I saw him this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him this summer once.
I saw him this
for
summer.
sure.
Yeah.
In the summertime.
He threw down.
I think it was over the summer. Yeah. I've got No Longer Bad. Just a guy who is no longer bad.
Cool.
I saw him. I think I
Does that ring
saw
any-
him this summer.
No longer bad.
No, that rings a bell. I saw him.
He's like,
He's not bad anymore, right? He was
Yeah.
pretty tough on the ears.
Yeah.
And now he's
Yeah.
not.
he's
If I'm correct.
yeah, he's you could even say he's still well. So
Oh, I like that. It's a good play on words. For those of you that don't know, Billy's DJ name is Stillwell, which is a great name.
I pranked you, dude.
I know you pranked the shit out of me.
I got a.
But no, you didn't even get it.
I'm sorry. That took me way too long to get. That was good.
all right. Come
That was
on,
good.
Willie.
I'm losing. This is the longest I've
All right.
talked for ever.
I got a DJ that you're pretty sure you've seen him before, DJ Vu.
DJ Vu, that's
Yeah.
good.
Oh, dude, I saw him this
that's
summer.
good.
Every time you've
Yeah.
seen him, you swear you've seen him before, even though it's
Yeah.
your first time.
Yeah, DJ Vu is good.
You can't
That's
quite
awesome.
put it on there. Yeah.
God, yeah.
Fuck, that's really
I
good.
like that a lot.
Who do you like, Will?
I like largemouth bass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
use a lot of 808s.
Huge, fat, girthy 808s.
Yeah, his mouth is also massive.
You know who I'm excited to see this summer?
I probably saw him last summer. Who?
Eclipsis.
Oh, is he still touring?
Yes, dude. And like most countries have banned him because his bass is so heavy that it actually like changes the moon's orbit and creates a solar
shit.
eclipse wherever he is. And it's like it freaks everyone out. So like every town he goes to, especially if it's in like rural areas, like they're convinced the world's ending. So like
He's like a god, probably.
Yeah,
among some
Dude,
people.
he like he did. Yeah, I think he did a set in a hot air balloon like right over the Great Pyramid of Giza.
it was sick,
Yes.
dude.
Yes.
yeah, just completely ruptured it.
Naked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sent it into the earth.
Yep.
And he was naked. Yeah, that was an interesting choice.
Yep. I like ice pick.
Me too.
Yep.
I used to be a big ice pick guy in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, not as much anymore.
This was based on I have a relative that was a mobster.
And his name was Ice Pick.
Yeah, he was in Al Capone. He
That's
ran with Al Capone. I swear to God. Yeah.
He ran.
Having a name like that.
My mom was like a baby in his house, and they like didn't really know his backstory, but you can read about him. There's like documentaries about him.
A baby in his house. Were they part of the same family or just a baby in his house?
my mom, like my mom's family went to like visit them. Like they were like
Yeah.
cousins. With
Okay.
my like grandparents.
I feel like we can all picture how he got his name Ice Pick, which I don't like.
You'd kill people with an ice pick.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
I know he's doing bad stuff.
I really like DJ Conjoin. It's a set of conjoined twins, and they can do things that no other DJs can do because he has an extra set of hands.
Oh, that's actually sick.
Yeah, so like he's like doing drops and fades that people are like, he must have a partner.
Yeah, he can pretend to turn four.
He just has a
dials.
tiny.
the hand come from?
He's a tiny. Like they're conjoined twins. So like it's like a normal guy, but then he has like a little guy like on his hip who like has little hands and it can like.
I think he
twist
just
the
do like
knobs
the
and
finer little.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a mixing master.
Yeah.
Quick mix theory. He probably does that.
Quick mix theory.
Quick Mix Theory sounds like.
It does sound like a sick name.
I think that's like a DJ thing.
Yeah,
quick mix theory.
I don't think it is.
I took a class on hip hop in college, and he kept talking about it. But never mind.
I don't know. I'm not a real fucking DJ.
Beet salad.
Nice.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's it.
I really like. This is one I'm sure you guys have seen, but you probably don't remember it. Amnesia. He's so good at DJing that like you forget your own name, like you lose yourself and you're just a being in the crowd.
Yeah, not ringing a
I
bell.
went there. No, that wasn't me. Yeah. No.
I'm not getting that one. He sounds cool.
He was cool.
I'm not.
I had a friend who's had a ticket to go see him, but I talked to him the next day and he ended up not going.
You just forgot.
I don't know. He said he didn't go.
Oh yeah. Right. Well, this has just been one of the strangest episodes of podcasting.
Are we taking personalities?
Oh yeah.
We got one more segment.
One more segment.
One more.
my
There was a kid. I was.
Is this your personality?
No, you know how I was skiing the other weekend? There was one of the kids that was there we had met there. He was a friend of a friend, and he kept going, one more time. And I loved it.
That sounds like
It was good. I feel like that could get annoying really quick.
No, it was like, he would like time it. I don't know.
He was.
It was
His
good.
timing was on.
He was on fire.
impeccable.
I was also doing it, so that might have been why I thought it was cool. All right, Lauren, whose personality are you stealing this week?
Weekend.
Oh, I wasn't prepared. Can I go last?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a segment we just didn't tell Billy about either.
Nope.
Whose personality are you stealing?
I
this
normally
weekend?
come up with it
Or week?
on that spot. So.
Could I
Go last.
could give a gut reaction. I feel like
probably
it'd
what I
be
did.
pretty funny if I stole it from like a bird as a man, and I just like was acting kind of like a quiet, but also like a bit like a bird.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Whose personality are you stealing this week, Will?
I'm stealing Sean Evans.
Nice.
Yeah. Because of my new hit talk show. Check out
That's nothing.
60 for 60 on YouTube.
It's really great.
I'm going
Nothing
on
like
in-
Hot Ones.
I'm going on in 2 hours.
He's doing it.
Yeah.
I gotta go like tighten up the. I gotta get ready.
I gotta get changed. I gotta do my face.
I recently saw. Did I already say Bob Marley last week? Okay, well, so I watched Bob Marley last weekend, and usually when I watch a movie and there's a really cool character, I like kind of start acting like them, even if it's not on purpose. And lately, I've been saying like a lot of things that he said, and I'm realizing that it doesn't go with my personality. Like I said, Ja Rastafari in front of Will Angus earlier, and he said, "Okay,
I think that just means like God is great or something.
yeah."
Yeah, that's not. I don't
I've been asking people if Ja feel, like
Ja
instead of
feel
being like you down. Ja
Wait, you
feel?
saw the movie?
Yeah,
I want to see it.
it was good.
It was good.
People have been shitting on it. I thought it was great.
All right, I gotta see that.
All right, Lauren, take us home.
I can't really think of anything right now. My brain is just
Kim.
Yeah, I got it. We got to wrap this.
I'm gonna take cool surfer girl's personality because
Nice.
every time today I was driving down PCH this morning and I'm like, I think being a surfer would just be the coolest.
It would.
Yeah.
It is
Would be.
very cool. I see a lot of surfers in the morning. I like do a walk in the morning when I wake up, and everybody's like in their wetsuits or getting them on, coming out of the water with their boards.
So cool.
It looks cold and like a lot of effort, but it also looks so cool.
All right, guys. We love you. Thank you guys for tuning in again. Thank you for sticking around for the longest episode.
What should they comment?
Oh,
We
yeah.
always
We
give
have
like a random thing for them to comment if they made it this far.
They made it this far.
Like last week was like what?
it was what time was on your phone and what's your background.
Yeah.
Oh, not like, I was gonna say like a random word.
No, because it all has to be
it's gotta
specific to
like
them.
that person. 2
We've
weeks
just
ago,
been really putting Billy on the spot with just
Yeah.
zero preparation.
maybe like
Comment the color of your childhood home and
exterior.
It's gonna be like white or
Your last,
yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of dreams, your last dream.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Just comment your last the color of your childhood home and then your last dream.
yeah.
So like mine would be like I don't remember.
Mine
what
would be
color it
gray, and my suitcase kept falling out of my closet, and I couldn't get it to stay in there.
There you go.
was. Mine would be like
I'm gonna be brown, and I was actually, oh my god,
brown and Mexican.
I came on this podcast last night. I did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we podcasted last night.
Oh,
we
that's
go.
so funny.
What if we all woke up
Forgot
and we
about
were
that.
just like, God damn it, that was a dream too. We have to do this again. Like,
2 hours.
That was all like I already heard their stories. You guys tell all the same stories.
Yeah. Well, do you want to like plug anything about yourself?
Brian Bishop.
oh yeah.
Yeah, check out the entrepreneur page on Instagram. Spelled wrong. ENTRAPRANURE. Entrepreneur. I'm Brian Bishop, and I'm a bad guy. Other than that, I got nothing to plug. Almost Friday YouTube.
Yeah, Almost Friday TV.
Almost Friday TV YouTube.
Billy, thank you so much for coming on. Playmates, thank you so much for listening.
Thanks
we
for
love
having
you.
me, boys.
Dude, anytime.
This has been a riot.
Yeah, this is
Then-
we've never had an episode like this.
It's
So-
been.
We are 10 minutes short of 2 hours.
Okay, I got
Can we
shit.
just
I gotta go
close
do.
All right,
out?
we love you guys. We love you guys. We will see you guys on Wednesday. Have a fantastic rest of your week and weekend, and then we will see you on Wednesday. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.